The following content contains adult language and humor that is not suitable for viewers under the age of 18. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. The views and opinions expressed during the following video content are those of the individual and may not reflect those of others. Thank you.
Leave the bears out of it, people. Get away from there. None of that bear stuff.
No bears here on Pop Talk. Well, except maybe Bear and Norman Tag.
Yeah, here I am at the gaming convention, live, reporting to you. And there's a lot of people that like bears around here. These people. These people. Yeah, except for those that like bears.
Say goodbye to the universe, Maximals. The future has changed. Yes, the Autobots lose. Evil triumphs. And you no longer exist.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome one and all to this edition of Pacific414 Pop Talk, along with Bear and Norman Tag. I am your host, Mike. As you heard Baron say, Cash is at a convention. No, seriously, he is at a gaming convention right now.
I have gaming coach Cash Money up here. This is what he's like when we're gaming. I mean, just guys, you can do better. Do better next time, guys. Just do better.
We need to make better decisions. Okay, coach.
Stay together now. Stay together.
We are staying together. Where were you going, coach?
I saw a box. I saw a shiny thing.
Don't go running off now, coach. I thought we were supposed to stay together.
Yeah, I mean, come on, guys. I mean, these people, there we go. I'll be Constable Cash now.
Constable Cash. Is that any better than normal Cash?
It's more constipated with Constable. Hi, I'm Cash Money Clone AI. While the other AI is out, I'm the copy that they bring out and use just to irritate Phil McCracken. And I got your Sword Art Online right here, Phil. Right here.
Yeah. But Baron, how are you doing today, brother?
Oh, not too bad. I felt like a freaking pack meal yesterday, and actually the last couple of days, and I'm feeling now. So I need to have the show have a little bit of a physical break. For all the breaking that the long-suffering Mrs. who, by the way, is home, has gone to work, and she's doing a lot better. So, unfortunately, if she's doing a lot better, it means that, the pressure's on me now. It's she got that whip cracking arm working. So every time I turn around, it's like, okay, you forgot this one. No, it's not a honeydew list. It's a little worse than that.
Okay, I asked you to move that end table, but I need you to move it a little bit more to the left.
Yeah, get
your other left.
Mm-hmm. Get that tape measure out. We're going to be using the metric side. But on even more of the plus side, other than the fact that the pollen is high and I can feel it in my head, I don't care, though the windows are all open because we have 69 degrees right now.
Dude.
Yeah, all right, dude. Yeah. I mean, it is such beautiful weather. I'm happy. It tickles me pink.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the weather here is a beautiful 79 degrees. Not much humidity out there today, but it was out there
And
yesterday.
that's what's important. You got that humidity at 79 and no breeze, it's killer. But
Yeah.
at 79, even if you have a little bit of humidity in the air, as long as you have that nice breeze coming through, it's still a beautiful day. We kind of had that the other day. It was, getting up into the 80s, but getting a little warm, but the fans were taking care of stuff. And when it started to get a little irritating, that's when it was time to have nighttime and got cooler.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe
folks,
happy.
just want to let you know we still have the GoFundMe for Baron and Sandy to help with their medical costs. If you're able to donate, that'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not able to donate, please share out the link. I put it into the chat and help get the word out. So far, $1,000 has been raised.
This is the only plug thing I'm going to do for this. Hey, help put a smile on her face like that, because Lord knows for the last 12, 13 years, I haven't. So please help put a smile on her face. There. I couldn't resist. I saw the smile and it's like, oh yeah. I got a picture of her with a really big goopy smile I keep on my desk. So I used to take it into work and it helped me get me through. It's like, yeah, I got my long suffering. I know my goal is tonight. Suffer.
I mean, I can speak for myself. I have pictures of friends and family members on my phone. I'll look at them and think back to the day that the picture was taken, and start laughing, especially if something really funny happened that day, or it was just an off the wall day where you're going here, there, and everywhere, and you just took a long enough break, take the picture, and.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I mean, I have a very special picture on my phone with the lock screen. It's basically the backside of the kids. All their luggage as they're leaving the house. And that's my favorite one. I got that on there. It's like, yeah, paradise. Perfect. And an orange cat in a cage along with it.
Yes. An orange tabby who was your nemesis.
Mm-hmm. I hate that cat. Now, little girl's an orange one too, but she's not so orange and she's not so bad, thank goodness. But she can be a little monster now and then. Yeah, she can.
But she's your little monster, unlike the other orange tabby who was actually your daughter's.
Oh, El Diablo Gato? Yeah, he was an asshole.
Yes.
He was an asshole. I mean, I never have this inclination of going out and intentionally hurting. What I mean by hurting, actually, besides, offering them for food, but you want to try to do it as painless as possible. This cat I wanted to torture. It's like, there's people that need that. There's people that have these instruments that need cat gut. How about we do it while, come on over here. Let's help these people with these ancient instruments so they can keep them playing. He's the only one.
That got dark.
It did. Oh. What you mean? Whoa! What do you mean? Are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? I think I know what you're trying to say about this, and
boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
It did.
It really did.
Yeah, it did. No, I wouldn't have hurt the cat. I've been tempted though. So.
he did more harm to you than you could ever do to him.
Yeah, you're right. He broke some stuff of mine that I really pissed me off. He broke a Mickey Mouse bank that I got back in 1978 when I went to Disneyland, and it's like it's Mickey in like a white suit, and it's like. And I've had that. So obviously, I had that bank for since '78 until like the other year. We're still in Tag Manor, and
45 years. I mean, that bank's as old as I am.
Right? Yeah, and it broke before, like the nose, but we glued it back on when I was a kid. So yeah, I mean, it was broken before, but we fixed it. But he did a good job of smashing that sucker the last time. It's like. He knocked my Millennium Falcon off of a top shelf. I'm talking about the Kenner toy, the big one.
Yeah,
off of the top shelf in my closet over here. He broke that. It's like he come on. No one out there can blame me if that cat became an ex-cat. That if all 9 lives were extinguished at once.
Or if your daughter came home one day, where's the cat? I gave him away.
Yeah. Yeah, to the Chinese restaurant down there. You can go down to the pagoda and have the special. Actually, they got good food down there.
No, they'd probably tell you, I don't know, we don't want this cat.
Yeah.
Get rid of
Oh,
it.
he was fat. He was fat. They'd probably sit back. Oh, he good. He good. He will feed good many people. Whoa. As a racist would say. Sorry. Hey, we have fun around here. We make fun of accents around here. Don't you know? Oh yeah. If we can't make fun of accents,
we make fun of ourselves trying to
Mhm.
do an accent because I
Yeah.
was a Navy SEAL. Duh.
Mhm.
That's my Jesse Ventura.
Duh. Yeah, I don't got time to read. Where's my kid, Tyrell? We're gonna go make a movie about conspiracies. I got my library. They all have books about JFK assassination. Duh.
And Phil, don't encourage the downvoter. Downvoter doesn't need encouragement from you. But I hope you're doing well today, Phil.
Yeah, we need
There's
to
no
have
cash money on the show today.
Yeah, Cash Money's gone. This is the clone AI replacement. The Cash Money. Well, it should be like the um, 1001. There we go. The Cash Money 1001 AI. Yeah, there we go. We're going to change that. We're going to change that.
Is this cash money AI going to terminate people? Is he connected to Skynet?
I'm connected to AOL and CompuServe.
Well, what I would have said years ago. Well, one of those services isn't around anymore, but both of them aren't around anymore.
No. And I still miss AOL a little bit because that was kind of the first experience of having a world beyond the BBSs. It's like, oh wow. But
Being able to go into chat rooms and talk about Star Trek or even what's going on with the world, and people didn't freak out back then.
Oh, I did, but that's beside the point. Yeah, it's
Well,
like,
you always freak out.
yeah, it's true. It's like, what are you wearing? What are you wearing? Yeah, I'll tell you what I'm wearing if you tell me what you're wearing. Yeah.
And hello to DJ Ronnie G.
Nerd. Yes, DJ. Like he misses aim a little bit. That's why you got to go to the range and practice so you get your aim better. Yeah, that'd be good.
I didn't mind it. AOL Instant Messenger.
Did I use it? I don't know. I know I went into like chats and stuff like that, and of course message boards. But doggone, I just don't know if I used AIM much. I wasn't that popular. Nobody liked me.
Alrighty,
I'm kind of like Cash. Nobody likes me. He claims he has friends. I don't believe him. Because I talk about bears too much.
Cash Money doesn't have any friends.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And it's good to see Andy Masterson. Good to see you.
Oh, Andy Masterson, how you doing, man? I've been seeing your work. Oh, isn't he excellent at what he does? Oh, I mean, what he needs to start a true business doing what he does because it's just masterful. It's just masterful. I just cannot believe the talent that man has. Plus, he can pick me up with his pinky. That's how tough he is. Don't mess around with this guy.
I mean, you've seen his Doomcock. He's played a Mexican Iron Man, and you see all the detail. Mm-hmm. You've seen all the detail he puts into it, all the care he puts into it. And,
oh yeah.
No, I was listening to Loki and Mike recently, and they were talking about Andy's work and how he requests that you get a full 360 pictures of someone's head so he can sculpt it exactly how it looks.
Oh,
And
working on a website.
oh, nice. Nice.
Time to save up my pennies. Time to save up
Oh
my
yeah.
pennies.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and you know what? Yeah, and beyond all that too, of all the praise, he's a damn nice guy. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm trying to figure out who could beat up who better, him or his daughter, because his daughter's into all that. The quartering gets ooh, cool. Because she's into the martial arts and all that too, and yeah, that'd be an interesting fight to see.
Mm-hmm.
Either one, I don't want to have mad. I want them on my good side. Maybe my bodyguards. They'll see Andy and his daughter coming in,
Definitely a
them.
part of your security team.
Oh, definitely. A part? No, they can be the only ones. Yeah. No, but he's a great guy, everybody. If you haven't caught Andy Masterson, please hunt him down. He's with Doomcock, and he deals with a lot of the big guys there. As we said, Mexican Iron Man, the quartering, all that. So, yeah, and like I said, all around great guy.
Definitely is, and I see him every weekday morning in the chat when we're listening to Loki.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm trying to remember, was that first one he sent to Doomcock? Wasn't that kind of anonymous and revealed? And then we're watching him on the phone and he's at the gym with the phone and or the dojo. I can't remember, something like that, and trying to talk about everything.
Well, I remember Doomcock saying he got this gift from an anonymous source, and he showed it. But he was saying he didn't know who it came from.
Yeah. See, I'm trying to get my memory going here, which everyone knows is.
Trust me, Baron, we're both getting older. Our memory isn't what it used to be.
Yeah, it's kind of shriveled up there. Now we got to do is have DJ Ronnie G do the same thing, but in AI form. So we can always have Cash here. We need more copies of Cash, so when he does get downloaded.
No.
Hey, at least I didn't say Phil.
Oh no, we don't need a Cash AI or multiple Cash AIs taking over the world.
Hey, how about that? How about Cash as a turtle AI?
I don't know, DJ. What do you think about that? I put my last name on the return address. I had no intention of being on YouTube.
Yeah, how did that work out for you? But the thing is, YouTube needs more people like you, Andy, honestly.
Yeah. To show how many creative people are out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How many craftsmen and craftswomen are out there.
Mm-hmm.
Putting their passions to work and displaying it. I mean, DJ, he's showing us some of the things he's made just with his printer that he has.
Yeah.
3D printer.
Did he finish? Did he finish making that 3D printed girlfriend of his?
Not yet.
Okay. Want to know how that goes?
Okay. We gotta behave. Jace is here.
He took my South Park. Game of Thrones video off. I was going to play it for his central but we'll stay away from that. We're a little bit more classy, I do say.
I try to be, but you know me. You've known me long enough. How foul mouthed I can be. All right, we're not going to do that to you then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, is that the one? Is that the one from the live action you showed us?
Oh God, that was terrible, man.
Well, I have to let me rephrase that. Showed you, but I saw it later because I had to see it. And you were all yelling at me, don't
do it, Darren. I know.
It's like a train wreck.
That's Steven, myself. Oh God, get that off the screen.
I thought we were going to lose Fats for a moment. I thought that was it. And it's like the last time Fats was ever seen.
but I will admit that's probably one of the best highlights in the 3 years that Pop Talk's been going. I would definitely put it up there as one of the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I know folks are curious to know what we're going to be talking about this afternoon.
So am I.
And one of the stories we're going to be talking about is from Geek Tyrant, where Sigourney Weaver addresses potential return as Ripley in the Alien franchise. We'll also take a look at the trailer for Superman, the Christopher Reeve story. I already know I want to go see it, and my sister's already told me she wants to go see it.
Oh, she does too. Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, she was telling me the other day, as much as she wants to see Beetlejuice, she thinks that she would enjoy Superman, the Christopher Reeve story more.
I think so. I mean, it would be a hard toss-up. Depends on if you want to have goofy fun or if you want to remember a legend. And I think it's apt to say that he is a legend. I mean, he helped release. I mean, as much as '89 Batman really launched things, if it wasn't for Superman and Christopher Reeve showing that it can be done, we wouldn't have that. So, and like I said, he was perfect for the role. He could play Superman, and he could play Clark Kent.
Yeah, you need that dynamic. Well, the same with Batman. You need someone that can pull off Bruce Wayne as well as Batman.
Mm-hmm. Right. And that's kind of the important thing. It's like there's a difference between, because if they're acting the same way all the time, whether they're wearing the outfit or not, you'll figure it out in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
No, they got to act different. So,
yeah. And then we'll also take a look at another article from Bounty in the Comics where it says after a game was attacked for lack of diversity, demand for Black Myth Wukong leads to Chinese PS5s being completely sold out.
Ooh, good. Sell those little buggers out.
Yep. Then we also have an article from Variety that says Star Wars Outlaws video game star Humberly Gonzalez on being the first Latina lead in franchise history and hopes for a TV adaptation. Oh, God. TV adaptation of that game? I've watched enough of that game. It's like, no.
No. How about this?
How about no?
There we go.
Well, here's one of my gripes with the game.
Having
watched other people play it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that you're a bounty hunter, which means you have a weapon on you when you go to these different worlds and you're dealing with other syndicates,
right?
And other smugglers like yourself, who, just like you, aren't very trustworthy.
Yeah, well, no one is.
In the game, what I've seen, it's primarily stealth. It's like, what in the world are you talking about? You're a bounty hunter. Again, you got a blaster. If someone shoots at you, what are you going to do? You're going to whip out that blaster and shoot back.
Mike does not like stealth, by the way, everybody. But wait a moment. I thought that she was supposed to be a smuggler or an outlaw, like a female Han Solo.
So far, what I've seen, it's anything but that, Baron.
Really?
And no, it's not worth the price they're asking.
Oh, no. Many of these games are not. Honestly, they really aren't. So she's playing like a bounty hunter. So, okay, make up your mind. Is she a smuggler? Is she a bounty hunter? Is she all the above? It's like, maybe she's a Jedi too, and maybe she's the Force. I don't know. Again, no problem with having a female lead character.
No, absolutely no problem.
But they're using the actress Oh, sorry.
You have to do it right. You have to
Hmm.
make the character likable, and even in the first few minutes, this character is not likable. Your protagonist is supposed to get the audience rooting for them.
Right. I mean, they're supposed to grab you and intrigue you, just like the first scenes we saw with Han Solo. Boom. I mean, that's why the fact that Han only shot was so important. It is so important why it rankles
Mhm.
us, because it sets the tone. It sets who this person is and what world he lives in. And allowing the other guy to shoot at the same time or get a shot in means that you are stupid, that you don't know what you're doing. No, you blast the sucker because you know you're going to be dead. And
Yep.
you don't do foolish things like that. And that's why, if there's one little thing and why the people say, what does it bother you? It's like, that's the reason why. And it's like, oh, this guy's a badass. And you
Yeah,
know what?
and
There's something
it's
likable about
supposed
him.
to depict that about Han. He was ready. He had his blaster ready. He knew
Oh,
Rito wasn't to be trusted.
oh yeah. I mean, when his hand's going down there and he's taking the leather strap off, keep it in his holster, and then the other one, he's like la la la. His other hand's kind of doing little games, which is a distraction. Then, it's like, over my dead body, and that's Then Greedo says his last line, and boom, he's fried.
Mhm.
It's beautiful. It's just like out of a Good and Bad, the Ugly with Tuco.
Yeah.
It's like, you're gonna shoot, shoot. You're gonna talk, talk. It's the same thing. It just sets that tone. But and the thing is the actress, I think they used her for the
They
body
they,
double or
they
whatever,
they they used her for both the voice lines and the motion capture.
and they did her dirty, because you take a look at her as a character and her in real life. It's like, my God, this woman's good looking. What do you do to her? It's
Oh,
like,
come on, Baron. You know we can't have good looking people on our screens, whether they're real or computer generated.
yeah, I want my Plato Keefe. Okay, go back to the EU and get Plato Keefe, who is basically stunningly beautiful, snarky. I mean, a true Han Solo in woman form, even though not a copy. If you catch what I'm meaning.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
She's inspired by Han Solo, but she isn't Han Solo 2.0.
right, exactly. And because obviously you're going to have those because she is in that underworld. Kind of should be the same way. And you know what? That ship's ugly.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's
What is? Yeah, that's them.
that's lack of imagination.
It's supposed to be the only. I read some stuff about it. It's supposed to be the only one left. The last of its kind. Well, let's make it so there aren't no other kinds. It's something better. My word, the creativity, especially when you took a look at Westing Games and they designed stuff.
You're a little muffled, Baron.
Oh, I am. How's this? Am I better now?
Speak again, because there was still a little bit of muffle.
Oh, there's something wrong on my side. I don't know what it is. Hi, everybody. How you doing?
Still a little muffled.
What in the heck? Something must have just happened. Oh well.
All right, it's cleared up.
Oh, it's clearing up. Okay, good. Maybe I had some slowing with the internet. I don't know. The long suffering must be watching something interesting on TV that takes a lot of bandwidth. I don't know. What was I saying though?
Oh, you were talking about how to do a Han Solo type bounty
Oh yeah, the
hunter
ships.
without.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you take a look, and even West End Games, they might have put a ship out there that was ugly, but it still fit in what the Star Wars universe was all about. And it's like, yeah, I can see that definitely. It's like, okay, yeah, that fits. And I blame the Disney Star Wars, because take a look at the ships they designed for the sequel trilogy. Either was copying the Ralph McQuarrie's original work with the X-wing, just using a paint job on a TIE fighter. I like the Star Destroyer, but I hate the fact that you have all these open spots that you can fly into, which is the stupidest thing you could do. It's like, get rid of that, and you got yourself a nice design.
You don't want to have all these open areas of vulnerability on a warship.
No. And they were showing that in Force Awakens. And you see that ship that came to get Leia and some of the other ships that they're using in there. It's like, my God, don't anybody know, like the Stormtrooper transport? It's like, don't you know how to design anything that looks like Star Wars?
Yeah.
And it's going over to the games now. So I want those great looking ships that we had there.
Yeah. I mean, that's what made Star Wars unique. That's what made the ships unique.
Mm-hmm.
Was they were designs that you hadn't seen before.
Right.
And they worked for that universe.
Mm-hmm. I mean, one of my favorites still is going to be the Corellian Corvette. I mean, that's still one of my favorite designs of Star Wars. And even the earlier designs that they had for when it was supposed to be the Millennium Falcon, they said, nah, it looks like the Eagle too much from Space 1999, which they're kind of right. Which is a great design ship, by the way.
And I see our anal downvoter's been by.
Ah, okay, cool. Cool. Yay! Love you too. There we go.
Love you too. I think it's just time for you to move on if you don't like the show so much.
I don't like any show. Maybe it was me. We never know.
No, not you, Baron.
I'm evil. Well, I think it's Phil. I really do think it's Phil.
No, he doesn't downvote the streams. He upvotes the streams.
I know. He claims, though, he does. So,
but no,
he makes a lot of claims.
I know it's interaction, but this has been going on since May. It's time to move on.
MoveOn.org. What? No, I didn't say that. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so very, very sorry.
It's time to move on and get over whatever it is you're griping about. Although I do have a suspicion as to who it is, because he also bothered a friend of ours too. But let's go ahead and get into these stories, Baron.
We're going into a story? Cool. I got a story for you a long time ago. There was, not that type of story. Okay, I'm sorry. I remember I am the Cash Money 1000 AI, so I do have some bugs still.
And let's see. Yeah. So we had this article from Geek Tyrant. Let me go ahead and get the link into the chat here for everybody.
Because we like it when you follow along.
I think it helps.
I do too. I mean, honestly, I do. I mean, I'm not.
So this article is by Joy Bahar. It was posted 3 days ago on Geek Tyrant's website, and it says Sigourney Weaver addresses potential return as Ripley in the Alien franchise. With the release of Alien Romulus, there's been a lot of talk about the future of the franchise and if it means that one day we might see Sigourney Weaver return as Ripley. The actress recently addressed the possibility, saying, I feel like she's never far away from me, but on the other hand, I have yet to read a script that said, you got to do this. Goes on to say, so for me, she is in this other dimension, safe from the alien for the time being. I don't really think about it, but it's not completely impossible. Certainly, a lot of good filmmakers are inspired by the material.
Mm-hmm.
Weaver went on to say, how much does the public really need or want another Ripley movie? I don't really sit around and think about it, but if it came up, I would consider it. It has come up a bunch of times, but I'm also busy doing other things. Ripley has earned her rest. Well, she's right about that.
She's absolutely right. Yes.
It's nice that she's willing to keep the door open if a script she likes actually does come along. There was a point several years ago when she was on board to play Ripley in director Neil Blomkamp's Alien 5, but that project ended up being shut down. Fox decided to focus on Ridley Scott's vision of the franchise. Scott even said Blomkamp's Alien 5 would never see the light.
Mm-hmm.
When previously talking about working with Blomkamp, Weaver said, "I can't think of a better director. He's a real fan. I think he'll be true to the world and take it in unexpected directions. He's got a lot of new in it, and it will certainly stand up to the others and probably break a lot of new ground as well." Weaver and Michael Biehn were both going to reprise their roles in the film, and James Cameron and Weaver both said they loved the script and Blomkamp wrote.
Mm-hmm.
We've already seen some really cool concept art from the film in the past, and every time it I look at it, it's a shame that this movie never happened. The events of the film would have picked up after the events of James Cameron's Aliens and ignored the events of Alien 3 and Resurrection. Oh, that's a good thing.
That
It's too
would have
bad.
been okay. There we go. Too bad they didn't do it, right?
Yep.
Oh.
And real quick, before I continue with this last paragraph here, I do want to say hello to Apollome's Minion. Good to see
Well,
you.
yeah, been ages. Good to see you. How you doing?
I hope you and Simi are doing well today. I hope the roads are definitely treating you well.
Mm.
And I also want to say stay safe out there.
I second that.
Would you want to see Weaver return to play Ripley again after all these years in a new Alien movie? Baron and I did talk about this backstage.
Yeah,
we
one
both
of the few
agreed
times.
that- And we both agree. No, we don't want to see Sigourney Weaver come back as Ellen Ripley. Let Ellen Ripley rest. Let her be gone. I did say the
Right.
Baron, the only way I would have her come back is in maybe cameo appearances where she's a recording and they're listening to her logs on how to deal with the xenomorph.
Mm-hmm. Right. I mean, and that's one of the few times we actually were talking about stuff before we got on the show. Shame on us. Yeah, I mean, I said the only thing is I can see that if they really were desperate, make her one of the what do they call them? Were they synths or android? I can't remember, but the things that she hated. Synths, yeah. Technically, androids. I mean, androids are actually biological constructs, not mechanical. So like replicants and what they had in Alien. There we go. This little geeky stuff there. But no, I mean, bring her back as that, or like you said, it'd be better if it was just recordings. That'd be nice. Those would be nice little cameos and, a wink, wink, wink to the past to have that connection. Not a member berry. It wouldn't be a member berry because you're not overusing it, but it's just that it gives that connection that you're in that universe and in spirit, she is still with you. But no, I mean, nothing against Sigourney Weaver. Nothing against her at all. But I think she's kind of the same mind. It's like, why bring the character back? How many times can you kill this character?
Just let the character stay dead.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean, go on.
That's another thing that really hurts movies anymore is when they kill off your hero. And what's supposed to be their last film, then years down the road, they want to bring them back.
Right.
Because they realize without this main character, maybe your TV show's not going to go anywhere. Maybe your film's not going to go anywhere.
Or you change your mind. Oh, you know what? I really want to continue this on. The star. Sometimes you have that star that has that one. I'm tired of playing this character.
Leonard Nimoy was writing that way.
Yep. Until they promised him to do Star Trek 3 as a director. I mean, in some ways, I wish they would have kept Spock dead. It would have made everything more meaningful in there. It kind of ruined the whole tone. And I was ready to have Kirstie Alley take over the role if they were going to continue on Star Trek because they thought this was the last one. They should have continued on that way. Nothing against Leonard Nimoy, the character of Spock, because we love him so, but it's like, make it meaningful. If they go, they go. and at least don't let him go out like a bitch, as Samuel L. Jackson says, which is like, don't bring back Mace Windu. You bring him back, whatever deaths they had are meaningless.
Yep. And you know what? I'm even going to bring up the franchise that made me a fan of all science fiction, Transformers. How many times are they going to bring back Optimus Prime? Really?
Right. Superman. How many times has Superman died? Or Supergirl, for that matter. I mean, or any of these. It's like, you know, when they go, and the mantle gets passed on to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to make sure whatever you have for the replacement is ready for it. And I think that's one of the problems. They do this dramatic shift. What they need to do is, when they know that they're going to be losing a character, especially if doing a TV show, right? Bring that the replacement character in on that last season, or somewhere within that last season before the last episode.
Start building that character up. So
yeah,
by the time you kill off this character who is leaving, the character who's replaced them actually means something to the audience.
Right, exactly. And even having an interaction with the character that will be going, so you can see that, you know, they are getting, you know, whatever insights are such, but they're their own person. They're their own person, and then boom. I mean, obviously, if the actor or actress that were playing them passes on, you know, it's kind of hard to do that, like Coach with Cheers. But I mean, they had a great replacement with Woody Harrelson. There's just no doubt about that.
Or the simple rules for dating my teenage daughter when John Ritter passed away.
Yep, and they brought in James Gardner, Maverick. And did they bring David Spade in? Yeah, him also.
Yeah, they did.
I never watched the show, Mike. You know, so but I just know.
I watched it with John Ritter because I enjoyed his work, and Katie Seagal was good in it.
Yeah,
but it wasn't the same without John Ritter.
No, he's got his own. Yeah, John Ritter is John Ritter. If he's part of something, he goes. You will feel it, and we did feel it. We have felt it since he left us. So
yeah, he just had that timing.
Yeah, I think he was one of the last great slapstick comedians that we've had. Honestly.
And
hey, Clifton's here.
I was going to say, before we move on, I do want to acknowledge a couple of people who have come in, and one of them, he will be a guest later on in the month, and that is Anonymous. Anonymous. Anonymous.
As he proclaims, he's an artificial person. So,
wait, no, that's Cash. Cash is the artificial life.
Hi, everybody. Hi, I'm the Cash Money 1000 AI backup. Well, the other AI Cash is protesting at a gaming convention about bear sex.
And hail to Clifton 3D. Good to see you, Clifton. And Apollo Mees says, we're doing well. Had an exciting day yesterday because one of the company drivers took out a fire hydrant. I put it short about it.
You know, one of the things I love watching, it's funny that she put up there, because watching Bonehead Truckers, I love watching Bonehead Truckers. And what we saw a semi take out a fire hydrant on a street corner as he's making a turn. Remember, swing wide, it's a friggin' trailer, also known as Swift. Oh my God, I forgot how bad Swift is.
I'm going to go ahead and post the link to your channel, Apollo Mees.
Yeah.
This way, people want to, they can subscribe to your channel and also check out the short.
Yeah, these people should do that.
All right, I've got your link, and I'll go ahead and post it into the chat on YouTube and Rumble. So there you are, YouTube. Whether you're watching on Paranorman Tags, Phantom Legacy, or Pacific414, you've got the link, and now the Rumble side has the link. So
Rumble.
give Apollo Mees subscription, you'll really like her content. Especially like Simi, Truck Dog. And it's always good to have good folks come by Pop Talk.
Yeah.
And hello, Leia Rose. Speaking of good folks.
Yeah. How you doing, Leia Rose, the president and founder and president and sole member of the Film McCracken fan club.
And of course, she says hello to Baron.
Leia. It's kind of like Norm. Leia. Yeah. These people like Padawannabe. Yeah, these just people don't know anything. Why do I deal with these people?
And the Padawannabe says, I'm not convinced that it's AI cache. I haven't heard nearly enough these people.
Oh, you should have heard me in earlier.
But I'm not sure about this.
Yeah, if you were in earlier, you would have heard a lot of these peoples.
I am like Pandora's box, Paranorman Tag.
There's hope deep down inside her.
All right, thank you, Padawannabe.
No, being that Catch is at a convention, I should be going to do this one here. Hi, everyone. I'm cosplaying at this gaming convention. Quit having sex with bears. These people. He's going to kill me when he gets back.
He's going to send you a message going, listen, goober.
I should set up...
That's what he calls us, everybody, when he's mad.
Oh, yeah. Amongst other things, yeah.
What are you goobers talking about? And then I'll usually respond by saying, you heard us.
Mm-hmm. Nothing yet. Okay.
All right, so...
I don't know if he's watching at the convention on his phone or what. Or I think he's protesting in front of WotC.
He could be.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Eeyore. I used to always read to the blonde-haired Moppet like Eeyore. Or when I was reading the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, same thing with Marvin the Martian. I mean, not Marvin the Martian. Marvin the Paranoid Android. Because basically both are saying, brain the size of a planet.
Well, I'm not going to talk like Eeyore when I say hello to Big Daddy T-Gap. That's right, Big Daddy T-Gap Steve is in the house.
Hey, T-Gap Steve. Welcome.
Why does Crypto Coin have a lesser chin? Did he get chin reduction surgery?
What?
Cash won't do anything to what he quote unquote calls his magnificent chin.
Oh, what? Look.
Oh my! Whoa!
Look at this. Well, I'll let you take over because this is in your area, man. Come on, man. This is
all
great.
Right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and play this for all the new channel members. Thank you, Big Daddy Tegan.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Wow. TCAP Steve just gifted 5 Pacific414 memberships. Let's see who got a membership. Hey, how does this keep working out?
I don't know. I think he's got. Yeah, there's something fishy here.
What the? Wow, Steve, what are you doing to the algorithm, man?
Hey, you know who's never gotten one yet? Yeah,
Cash.
What's wrong with these people? Why don't these people gift me one?
But TCAP Steve gifted himself a membership. Anonymous. Anonymous. Received a membership. Apollome's Minion received a membership. Welcome to Stealth is Optional. And Leia Rose, the lovely Leia Rose, received a membership. Let's see who else received a membership.
Welcome to Monkey House, as Kurt Vonnegut Jr. wrote.
let me go to the YouTube studio so I can find out who else got the memberships, because it's only showing those 3 on StreamYard.
Well, 4, I think. Yeah, 4 if you want to count Big Daddy T-Gap Steve. And yeah, we know it's random, but we know T-Gap's got something up his sleeve. He arranges it. I think he makes it, if it does land in cash money, it goes to him. I think that way he can double up.
So again, to reiterate, T-Gap Steve got a membership. Clifton got a membership. Apollo's Minion got a membership. Anonymous. Anonymous. And Leia Rose got a membership. Welcome to Stealth is Optional, everybody. Or for some of you, welcome back.
Yeah, I think Clifton didn't show up. I do see the thank you from him. So at least he was told. We weren't.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't see it in StreamYard, so that's why I had to go to YouTube Studio so I could see who got the memberships. And again, I'm going to go ahead and play another clip just to welcome all the new members in. I mean, why the heck not?
You do that.
Wow, you sound real enthusiastic about it, Baron.
Well, actually, these people.
I'm gonna play the other 2 clips because they don't get played that much.
Okay.
So, to all the new channel members, I have something to say to you from the Klingon Empire.
Glory to you and your house.
And, of course, this too.
You have the ring. And I see your Schwartz is as big as mine. Now let's see how well you handle it.
So, just to let you all know who just received memberships. You get early access to any videos that I post. This doesn't include shorts. It's specifically for videos that I post. You get 7-day access to that video before it becomes public. You also get to join the member stream, which typically happens in the middle of the month on the Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern. So you can join that and we talk about whatever's on your mind. You guys lead the conversation. And then the last Sunday of the month for Stealth is Optional members, you get to join us here on Pacific414 Pop Talk. The topics that we're talking about will be predetermined, but you get to add your voice into the topics of discussion. So there is another thing I just want to say to everybody who just received a membership. And let's see.
We're sorry. No.
No. I'm looking for
I know, I'm kidding. Okay, you do that. You also get tickets to the Amazing Andrews Flea Circus, which will be in Peoria, Illinois, next month on the 15th. So if you can make it, you get special tickets to go to that too. That's
the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
What?
No, I'm looking for a good one to play for them.
This is a new one for Cash.
You know what?
Mrs. Cash.
Here. This is a good one.
Permission to come aboard, sir.
Granted, sir. Granted.
And look how they just brush right by me, like I'm nobody.
Oh, please. You're not a nobody, Baron.
I know.
Of course, everybody's saying thank you to T-Gap.
Yeah, thank you, T-Gap. Great. He's a great guy.
And yes, T-Gap, you've
friend.
been very generous these last several months. I really do appreciate it, brother. Your support of the channel and your generosity is, completely unexpected, but brother, thank you. Really do appreciate it.
T-Gap Steve is always unexpected.
You know what? I think T-Gap's been going into Cash's money bin.
It's not a liquid! It's a great many pieces of solid matter that form a hard floor-like surface. Ah!
See, that's the real reason why he's not here. He hurt himself in his bin. Bin number 2. Hey, big.
I realize it's random, Yoron, but every time TGAP gives memberships and he happens to get one, I don't know.
It's a little fishy to me.
I hope you're doing well today, Yoron.
Yep.
And TGAP says he has kidnapped the algorithm and renamed it My Bitch.
I believe it. You beat Cash to it. Cash was going to try to do that. But...
And Upon Me says, thank you. DJ Ronnie G says, I want a Starship as an addition to members. Yeah.
Don't we all? Don't we all? Yeah, you can have the one from Star Wars Outlaws. There you go.
Yes, you guys can probably see all 5 on the YouTube chat. I'm talking about the StreamYard chat.
Yeah, the StreamYard, yeah.
StreamYard doesn't always show us everything. It's like there was one time Jet Sparks came by and said that nobody highlighted his comment. That's because it wasn't in StreamYard. It was on the YouTube side, but not on the StreamYard side.
Mm-hmm. We have a love-hate relationship with StreamYard. We really do.
And I second that. Welcome to each and every one of you.
Yes.
And Yoron says, I'm only here for the free stuff. Hey, at least
okay, give him those tickets. Yeah, you give him tickets to Honest Andrew's Flea Circus in Peoria, Illinois next month. And there you go. Okay, we'll get that in the mail to you.
Wait a minute. Baron, you forgot we're part of the circus.
Well, yeah, because I got to bring the dogs in. They're the ones that have the fleas.
No, that's not a stipulation, Yoron. I don't know who told you that. Must have been Padawannabe.
Oh, jeez. Don't bring up. Don't bring that up.
Phrasing.
Padawannabe.
Phrasing.
What does a member need with a star? You know what? That you know.
All right.
Come on, Padawannabe.
All right.
Don't you want to start?
Padawannabe, you brought it upon yourself.
Excuse me, I'd just like to ask a question. What does God need with a starship?
Yeah, I want a starship.
But you know what I want to see? I want to see this movie that's coming out later on this month.
Ooh, Mike's got this. There's a movie he wants.
Yep. Yes, I do want to see Beetlejuice, but I also want to see this. And we are going to be taking a look at the trailer. I will have to pause it frequently just to avoid any copyright claims or copyright strikes, but that's also why I'm going to put the link to the article and the trailer into the chat. So there we go. And then I'll take a look at a couple of these other comments before we start reading here. Baron, you're supposed to let the dogs out, not bring them in. Circus do freak? Or what kind of circus? How about a circus of this?
Hello.
Quiet, you. As a professional starship pilot for the PTH, everyone needs a starship. Yeah, but I think my starship blew up the last time I played Star Trek Online.
Really? Oh.
So let's go ahead and get into this article from Bounty in the Comments. It's by JB Augustine, and it was posted August 30th. It says the trailer for the documentary Superman, the Christopher Reeve story, is here. The trailer for one of the year's most anticipated movies has arrived, and it is a sample of the moving experience you might be expecting from the Christopher Reeve story. Superman, the Christopher Reeve story's official trailer dropped earlier in the week and promises to be what DC Studios co-president James Gunn refers to as a powerful and incredibly moving film that I can't recommend enough. Clocking in at 3 minutes, the clip covers a lot of ground with voiceover from Reeve, archival footage, and interviews with family and fellow actors. Blue Beetle star Susan Sarandon happens to be on the latter list, but pay no attention to that and just watch for yourself. We can gather from this trailer that the documentary will delve into the late actor's home life, how playing Superman for years shaped his career, how his accident did the same in the 90s, and his friendship with comedian Robin Williams. A fair bit of time is devoted to teasing exploration of the rapport between the two performers, which is telling, as Reeve and Williams weren't just two guys that bumped into each other in Los Angeles or on sets. Williams was one of the first people to visit Reeve in the hospital, and his humor lifted his spirits at a dark time.
Mm-hmm.
Viewers will be in for a deep dive into a man, a myth, and a legend who embodied the most popular superhero of all time for a generation, and who didn't let an accident slow him down or stop him from doing good in real life. Superman, the Christopher Reeve story, will stream on Max following its big debut in a limited theatrical run late next month, or this month, since this article was posted on the 30th of August.
Yeah,
it is
I believe September.
Yeah. It is the first movie under the new DC Studios banner, christened by David Zaslav and Warner Brothers Discovery nearly 2 years ago. So let's go ahead and take a look at this trailer. And if you need tissues, Kleenex, a handkerchief, I understand. But let me first get into the comments here before we actually play the trailer. I'll probably keep it at the size it is, just to try to trick the algorithm.
Ooh, sneaky. I like that.
You know, I'm somewhat of a Starship pilot myself. She don't look like much, but she's got it where it counts. All right, Han.
Mm.
A Christopher Reeve movie? I hope no horses were injured. I wouldn't think so. But again, I'm keeping it at the size it is. So here we go, folks.
Yep.
Everybody's looking for a hero.
Oh, gosh. I love that John
That
Williams
was the
score.
part. I played the part. I'm not that man.
How could you not like that score?
Well, John Williams. I mean, honestly, wow.
What a wonderful score.
Hands down, he was Superman from day one.
I realized that if I could pull off this part, it would change.
And in my opinion, he was perfectly casted as Superman.
Mm-hmm.
My life.
John Houseman said, Mr. Reeve, it is very important to become a serious classical actor. Unless, of course, they offer you a load of money to do something else.
Yeah, John Houseman, all right.
He convinced me when I first met him that he would fly.
Doing things with my dad. It was all about activity and action. Riding bikes, playing soccer.
And his son. I mean, his son looks like him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Skiing.
My dad was very competitive, and he didn't necessarily slow down.
We said goodbye, and he gave this wave. That was the last time I saw him on his feet.
Mr. Grieve currently has no movement or spontaneous respiration.
Superman.
And how many of you here still remember watching the news and hearing about the accident when it happened?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Just that simple little thing over the horse.
I'd ruined my life and everybody else's. I won't be able to ski, sail, throw a ball to Will. Won't be able to make love to Dana. Maybe we should let me go.
She came flying in and she just yelled, I love you. I love you.
And then she said the words that saved my life. You're still you, and I love you.
He and Robin were such good friends because they could match each other.
Robin also had struggles that he dealt with his whole life, and I think that they both were aware of darkness.
Brother Chris is fighting like crazy. When you find people who fight like that but still keep their humanity, that.
And it's been 10 years since Robin Williams passed away.
Yeah, hard to believe. Wow.
Gives you great hope.
That is tough because I can feel him, but he can't feel me.
It must have been hell for my mom, too, knowing what she had lost.
I felt I needed to do something, not just for myself.
What was that, Baron?
His kid could play Superman. Look at him.
Yeah, definitely.
But for everyone else in the same condition.
The fact that Superman was in a wheelchair and was willing to go public with it was huge.
Help is on the way.
The Christopher and Dana Reeve Paralysis Act.
People are literally walking because of him.
What is a hero? My answer was that a hero is someone who commits a courageous action without considering the consequences.
He was right.
Yeah.
Now my definition is completely different. I think a hero is an ordinary individual who finds the strength to persevere and endure in spite of overwhelming obstacles.
I wouldn't have missed this for the world.
Gosh, that looks good.
Yeah, it does. It's hard to believe, him and Robin gone, and yeah, it's just.
Let's see.
I don't understand that.
What do you mean by that, Anonymous?
That's. Oh. But yeah, and Jace is going to watch this. I'm sure he is big time. And
yeah,
Padawannabe. Yeah, I'm not crying. You're crying. Yeah, you're right. Yes, that's how it is. I mean, he was such a hero to again, like I said, he's the one that really. I mean, you're sure you had George Reeves, who was Superman for that generation and such, but for our generation and what really launched Superman big time on the screen was Christopher Reeves. he was boom. It's just amazing. And of course, he did guest star one time on Superboy, was it? Or Smallville? Smallville, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, at least he did take a little walk back to, and that wasn't long before he passed away, too. I can't remember if he passed before it aired or just after it aired. I can't remember.
I'm not going to say whether it was before or after because I honestly don't know.
Yeah, just a whirlwind on that one. Just the fact he was on it and such. So, I mean, yeah, and as we said before, he fit both characters well. I mean, he was able to do the Clark Kent and the Superman, and make sure they were defined differently. That takes a lot. I mean, if he was trained by John Houseman, for crying out loud.
True. And, I have many memories of watching Superman 78 and going to this video rental place called Video Depot and renting it over and over and over again. And my mom would say, Michael, you've already seen it, but that's how much I loved it.
You should have just bought it at that point, I mean,
well, I did end up buying it years later on DVD.
Well, years later, yeah. Well, yeah. But I mean, at that time, you figure how many times you rented it. It's like you're at that point where you just should have bought the sucker. They just should have handed you, like, yep, you basically own this. This summer, you'll believe that a man can fly. And
Anonymous says what he means is don't cry or big girl. Oh, come on, Anonymous. You've got to admit, watching this, we're all going to be weeping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's, when you see...
Because, honestly, if you don't get some kind of emotion out of this movie, then you have no soul.
Mm-mm. Like Cash. Don't be like
an AI.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. Very much so.
Yeah, yes, you're wrong. He passed away in 2004.
Wow, that's 20 years ago. 20 freaking years ago. And it's almost like today, it's...
No, they can't. And, that's what Superman was to a lot of people. Hope.
Mm-hmm. Right. I would have loved to see Christopher Reeves and Michael Keaton together in a movie together. Wouldn't that have been interesting? That Batman and Robin together.
I mean, think about it. You get Tim Burton's Batman, and of course Christopher Reeve as Superman in the same scene. That movie would have done gangbusters at the box office.
Mm-hmm.
Because back then we went to the movies.
Oh yeah. Even though, let's face it, I have to sit back and say Christopher Reeve did have a bad decision with Star Trek. I mean, not Star Trek, but Superman 4. It's like, what were you thinking? I understand you want to have world peace, but don't do a Superman film like that.
Yeah, the quest for peace. It's best not to think about it. I mean, Superman 3 wasn't all that great either.
No, it wasn't. No, I mean, even Richard Pryor really couldn't save that one. Or
No. No, and it's a shame. I think if they had a better idea for the story, the movie would have been a whole lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Heck, you could say that about Superman 4 too.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing Superman and Christopher Reeve's story. I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
See, folks, we don't always talk about everything that sucks.
I thought we did.
No. Despite what the song says, we don't always talk about everything that sucks.
What song? You mean this song?
Everything sucks. Yeah, that's what they say. Pop talks dishing out negativity. positivity every single day.
Yeah.
On a rant.
Yeah, we're always on a rant.
These people.
I won't let their words get me down. I'll prove 'em wrong tonight.
Huh.
Most of it's Cash.
Yeah. Cash isn't here.
Oh, you know what I forgot to do, by the way?
And then he's gonna watch this on the replay, and he's gonna want to talk to us both in Discord.
Oh, he will.
Like, hey,
you goobers!
What do you want? You goobers? Yes. So what?
You know what I forgot to do, by the way?
What?
I'm surprised you didn't chide me for this, but fuck you, Mark Hamill. Just fuck you. Okay, there we go.
Anyway, I figured we still got plenty of show. You'll see it eventually.
Mm-hmm.
You know, timing has to be right, Darren.
Yeah, the timing wasn't really was that. I have to do another one later when it's at the right time. It really wasn't the right time. Yeah.
But have you all heard about Black Myth Wukong? Have you all watched any live streams of Black Myth Wukong or maybe videos on the game? I gotta say, I've watched Fat Steven in particular play the game, and I'm liking it.
I gotta go over there and start watching a little bit of it. I'm just not up in the morning, or functioning, I should say. But I need to make an effort to watch my buddy Fats over there.
It's no excuse when he's on in the afternoon, Darren.
Well, you know what time I get up. This is early for me. This is like wake up in the middle of the night. I'm like Cat. Yeah, this is really early. Yeah, that's the real reason why he says he's at the convention, but he's really just sleeping. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, like that time he said he was at the convention and we saw that his Steam account was on. It's like and it says like, you're playing a game.
Should I check Steam or? Yeah, I think I should check.
I'll go ahead and do it before we get into this story on Down in the Comics.
I want to see what my peepers too.
All right.
Yeah.
You hear that, folks? He doesn't believe me.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I just wanted to have
yeah. It's what you didn't say, Barrett. It's what you didn't say.
Well, the thing is
I'm busting your chops.
I know.
Your chops.
Ooh, once human. That looks interesting. Okay, where is view my profile? Do I have friends? You have no friends. Oh, Cash Money is online. He is online.
Yeah, it says he's online. So is Anonymous. So are you.
Yeah, because I just fired it up.
Darren.
So are you, by the way.
The hell you say?
Mm-hmm. Spock's not.
Yeah. Well, after battling Xenomorphs the other night.
Mm-hmm. How did that go, by the way? Sorry I wasn't able to make it.
Oh, I thought it went well.
I know you had 3 guys, so I didn't feel so bad, so.
It went well. We had good matches and we had a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I took the most damage.
Oh, of course, Mr. Rambo.
Yeah, I wasn't Ramboing it. It's being surrounded by Xenomorphs.
And
then Synthoids. Synthoids and Xenomorphs at one part.
How about facehuggers?
No.
Come here, let me give you a big hug.
I want to give you a hug. Come here, big guy. Let's see what Padawannabes said along with T-Gap Steve. All right. T-Gap Steve is saying, to be fair, Superman 4 was the first time Lex Luthor's big scheme wasn't a big real estate scam. Yeah. Padawanabe is saying that it would be pretty cool for Michael Keaton to suit up and be surprised by Diana and Linda Carter appears.
I wouldn't mind being surprised by that. Mm-hmm.
And he says, I watched Prince Jazoa playing Wukong. Yeah, that's a pretty impressive game.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it's tough at certain parts. but it's pretty impressive. And according to Cider Hype, that's where Bounding in the Comics got this from. After a game was attacked for lack of diversity, oh my god.
Oh no! Look, they got a monkey. How can that be that diverse? I mean, look. It's one of their monkey pups.
It's based on Chinese lore.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Well, surprise, surprise. That's the one thing I'm going to expect to see. Chinese. I'm not going to expect to see a Viking walking through. No. Someone from Minnesota. Oh, yeah, before you go, I got a hot dish here for you, don't you know? Make sure you dress up warm. Here, let's get your scarf on. Okay, have a good day now.
But it says after a game was attacked for lack of diversity, demand for Black Myth Wukong leads to Chinese PS5s being completely sold out. It says games consumers find themselves in a strange place these days. Games made domestically in the US have a laundry list of political hurdles to get through before making any headway into gameplay. In recent months, games like Stellar Blade, Mecha Break, Genshin Impact have been attacked due to the male gaze. Read this as female characters having aesthetically pleasing attributes. Well, what's wrong with that? Women like seeing men with pleasing attributes, aesthetically pleasing attributes, and character creation options. To cite just one example, Genshin Impact's Western player base saw a sizable group of youth gather to rebel against the skin tone of characters from Genshin's latest regional edition, Natlin. On the other hand, Black Myth Wukong has deliberately disregarded the PC's more of our current culture. The result is PS5s flying off the shelves in China, so much so that reselling and scalping are back.
Woo!
Goes on to say, Enter Games Science Studio, a small dev team that was primarily known for smaller scale games, particularly mobile and indie titles such as Art of War, Red Tides. Mobile games are the largest gaming market on earth. It's no mistake that Game Science was able to grow into a company capable of creating a AAA title by using the low entry point of mobile gaming to build a solid reputation. Black Myth Wukong is the first AAA game produced by Game Science Studio, and it shows. The game is brimming with passion, and a great deal of attention has been placed on incorporating the most successful mechanics of recent games with the most successful aesthetic of recent games. What I mean to say is Black Myth Wukong studied the success of the Souls games and Bloodborne and now Elden Ring. With all this in mind, the team at Game Science Studio went to work crafting Black Myth Wukong's gameplay and visual dynamics based on the above mentioned titles. Okay. Why the game isn't just hot air. As a player, you're able to feel the challenge that the main character is experiencing. You're able to feel the scale of the adventure as you go through various trials of Wukong. This enables the heavy weight of the weapons and crashing blows from giant enemies to feel as epic as it can get. Perhaps this is what led to Black Myth Wukong sales an incredible 10 million copies in just 3 days. I think the game's worth it from what I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
This game has flown past the previous records of Elden Ring and Hogwarts Legacy within nearly the same time frame. It's even on par with the blockbuster sales of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Black Myth Wukong is a slightly more mature adaptation of the Chinese novel Journey to the West. However, unlike previous productions, Game Science Studio decided that Sun Wukong would not only be a bit of a prankster, he would also carry the desire shared by many Chinese citizens and likewise many of the world's citizens, a desire to break free from the chains of destiny. The game's narrative focus on power, identity, and the struggle for freedom, with Wukon's character evolving as he faces numerous trials. The flaws. That's not to say that the game doesn't have its flaws. The map is very restrictive, despite the appearance of being an open world, and players have called it a Souls like game, Dark Souls. Some players have pointed out that Black Myth Wukong doesn't fully embrace the challenging and strategic combat mechanics that define the source materials it takes inspiration from. But among the negative feedback came the political sides political side sorry responses from the gaming journals around the internet. Screen Rant went so far as to say the game's lack of diversity and inclusion made it difficult to play. Oh please, Screen Rant, you're a joke.
They are. They're an idiot. They're idiots. 100%.
But given the source material is in itself based off of Chinese myth and folklore, one would expect the characters to reflect Chinese culture and attitudes. Well, you can't tell that to any of the wokey pokies out there. Yes, Jace, I borrowed your line.
Well, that's just it. When you do have something that's celebrating other cultures, and they still start pulling this crap. It's like, I don't want to see a white person there. I want to see Asians and monkey gods.
We should be celebrating other cultures. We should be celebrating everyone's culture. I mean, even Ahura said it in the original series that in the 23rd century, they celebrate other cultures.
Mm-hmm. Right. And then when you do that, they still complain, which means they're never happy. Get that point to everybody. Don't recapitulate because they're never happy. Then they're going to complain about the fact that you capitulated. And that is now lack of diversity. It's like, really? Okay.
And I know you did acknowledge him, Baron, but I'm going to go ahead and acknowledge him as well. I do want to say hello to Pop Culture Mechanic. Good to see you, Pop. Hope you're doing well today, brother.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget the Canadian there, eh? I might not understand.
Let's see. But given the source material is in itself off of Chinese myth and folklore, one would expect the characters to reflect Chinese culture attitudes. However, this might be too much to ask of the same people who see no problem with the abuse practiced upon the Japanese at the hands of Assassin's Creed Shadows developer Ubisoft.
Mm-hmm.
And they're also probably the same people who were among the 2,000 some odd people who did the bear sex in Baldur's Gate 3?
God.
What the fuck?
What's wrong with you people? Really, what's wrong?
Let's see. Shockwaves across the West gaming strongholds. While Bandai Namco insists that DEI is on the minds of gamers. Really? I mean, asked any of us? While Ubisoft smashes the cultural heritage of Japan, while Sony bickers about bathing suits, and while Firewalks Concord struggles to maintain 200 live players, oh gosh, that game's a bust.
Yeah.
Black Myth Wukong shocked them all at the time of this writing, with a record-selling 2.4 million active players on Steam charts. That says a lot. I mean,
that's what they... Sorry, go.
Think about, all the hype that Helldivers 2 had when it first started.
Yeah.
And then how the player base started dropping off for that game.
Yeah. Which is a good game, but they're messing around with whatever the servers and people can't get in is what's destroying that game. And they're all upset now because you have a game that's not following all the BS that you want it to, all the inclusionary DEI crap, and doing gangbusters, and you're mad about it. But yet it's a diverse game. because it's not involving people that are from Anglos. You know,
it's
Anglos.
spotlighting another culture. It's spotlighting their myths, their legends, and bringing it to the forefront. I love it too.
As long as they're respectable, are respectful to it.
And that's what you should be. If you're going to make a game based off anyone's culture, be respectful. Do your research.
Right. Very important. Very important.
And let's see. You can have Elton John and George Takei dressed like Liberace performing visuals redacted, but it's very gay. And it still won't be gay enough for them. Yeah. Because you can't please these sycophants.
Right. Yeah, the one question, when will you be happy and they don't have the quote-unquote end game? Because they'll never be happy.
Nope.
So quit capitulating to them.
Quit bending the knee. Cater to the gamers who want to play the game, enjoy the games. Don't be like Amanda Steinberg, who blames the fans because her show was canceled.
Well, yeah, the reason why is we didn't want to watch it. You told us not to. If we don't like it, don't. And then you go out with a music video insulting everybody along with it. It's like, well, who's good? Excuse me, news break here. A little information. That's not how you get people to watch your show or become your fan.
No. Yes, I will admit, for those of you that were here at the beginning of the show, I did say to our daily Pop Talk downvoter, well, I know it's not daily, but our twice weekly downvoter to start moving on. But this has been going on since May. It's time to move on. 5 months have passed. Move on.
I can never move on. Over Macho Grande? I'll never get over on Macho Grande.
There are channels that I don't like watching their content. You know what I do? I ignore them.
That's very helpful. I watch this so you don't have to, folks.
No. You're supposed to say I'm a co-host, so you don't have to be. I put up with Mike's crap because, well, you don't want to.
I thought it was the other way. You put up with my crap. Like, good. Aaron's there. He's not going to be somewhere else. Unfortunately, Cash is on the loose. Yeah, I mean, come on. Why do you have to put bears in there? Why bears? He's got that sign out. He's wearing a robe, like some Old Testament, like some Old Testament prophet.
And Anonymous says, I won't be ignored, Mike. I don't ever ignore you. Whenever I see you in the chat, I say hello. I talk to you.
Who?
Heck, who checked up on you a few weeks ago because he hadn't seen you in a while to make sure you're okay?
Who?
He knows. He knows. He knows.
I never heard this Animos.
There's many games that have all Asian cast on Game Pass. I don't hear anything about them. It's like when GTA was the number one enemy for violence in games, and GTA was very borderline compared to other games. Yeah, but at the time, you had the groups that were up in arms about it. The parents groups and.
Oh yeah. Well, when kids are playing games where you get to have a prostitute, then you can run them over afterwards and take the money. I can understand why they got a little upset. It's like, well, they're teaching Junior.
And TGAP Steve says, "Bros the game."
Oh
you get
God!
Points for playing grab ass, and each time you add to your body count.
I thought it was Feed the Elephant. They're playing a game they called Feeding the Elephant.
And the article finishes up by saying, time and time again, we see that the best formula for success is focusing on what the player will enjoy about the game, not what the hyper politicized social media mobs will think of it. Black Myth Wukong broke records because of the desire to fulfill expectations of gamers rather than the desire to talk down to us, which is what a lot of media is doing nowadays, is talking down to us.
Right.
Acting like we don't know what we want when we do know what we want. Why do you think Deadpool and Wolverine's been a success? Because it's given us what we want.
Yeah.
A movie where we
fun.
can go in, have stupid fun, and forget about what's bugging us in our normal lives for at least 2 hours plus.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, 2+ hours. Ooh, wow.
But yeah. And you know what? I know one thing. When this game goes on sale, I may add it to my collection.
We'll call you Monkey Mike. It's Monkey Mike. He's out there playing the game. Woo! He's rambling it, folks. Remember, he doesn't like games with stealth.
In that game, you can't rambo it. You have to use strategy.
Mm.
You can't just go in there ready to fight. You got to watch the pattern of the enemies and then adapt quickly.
Well, rambling is a strategy. I'm not saying it's a good one.
Works. Yeah. Well, when I was using stealth at times in Arkham City, I wasn't doing so well. And then when I went, screw it, I'm going in there, I actually did better than I thought I would.
Which, of course, validated him, and now he's back on his rambling kick.
Why do you think one of the levels for memberships is stealth is optional?
I know why. Because stealth is optional.
Exactly. And let me see if the weekend box office has been updated.
Yeah, have they gotten their job? Are they doing their job over there? Are they doing their job? Come on.
No. Box Office Mojo still doesn't have it updated.
Even after that meeting you had with them? Doggone it.
Oh, God. I feel like I'm going to puke.
Oh, no. What now?
I'll show you guys. We're not reading this, but I feel like I want to puke.
Oh, no. No.
Look at that headline. Oh, gosh.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm the most selfless co-host, so there. Yeah.
Well, that is true, Baron.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, oh boy.
Well, remember, remember. That's why we got this. Oops, no, doggone you. Behave.
How many of you think the opinions of actors should be valued as much as, well, say, doctors, engineers, or a courageous congressman?
Right here. Yeah, right on.
Well, you're wrong. Actors are self-centered punks.
I never get tired of that one. And by the way, fuck you, Mark Hamill. There! That was a perfect pun now.
All right. I am looking for box office numbers since Box Office Mojo has dropped the ball.
Let you down yet again. Oh, I tell you. I'm disappointed.
Let's see what they have to say for.
Here.
All right. Is this updated for the entire weekend, or is it just updated for
Box Office Mojo not being ready? This gets my going.
You know what really grinds my gears?
So what were the box offices?
It stinks.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Didn't do too well today.
It's got totals for all different movies throughout the summer on Deadline right now, but they don't have just this weekend posted yet.
Oh, But didn't you get the memo from YouTube? We're supposed to call it on a live line because we're not supposed to use that word. On a live line.
Yeah, they don't have it yet either.
Mm.
So either we'll talk about it or we won't. Just depends on when it's updated.
Well, they're not probably out because they're not good and they're crying and it's like, we can't let these out. They're going to mock us on Pop Talk. The power that we have.
TGAP Steve says it's because of the company you keep, Mike. They know you're using their information for no good, like those darn kids with their rap music and marijuana cigs hanging out of the corner. What? I'm not using their information for evil purposes.
Well, you are Doc Pop, so they worry.
Well, yeah, I think we all shouldn't have to worry about Star Wars Outlaws ever becoming a live action series, but it is current Disney, so you never know.
Well, that's true.
You never know. They just need to learn a lesson from the Acolyte and say, okay, all right, we're done. But they're not.
Well, I mean, at least let's take a step back and reassess everything. I mean, breathers are not a bad thing. It really isn't. Just to take back, get a breath. When you're overpowering and just in general, it's not a good thing. People get, after a while, the quote-unquote fatigue, which is, I think, an honest problem that's happening right now on one part. The other part is that, what they're putting out, basically you have to say,
it stinks.
I mean, I mentioned it several times here on Pop Talk that was one of the things that Star Trek suffered from in the 90s when you had the end of Next Generation, you had Deep Space Nine starting, and at the same time, the Next Generation cast was going into movies, so you had that happening. Then you had Voyager and Enterprise. So you had all the Star Trek, whether it be on the small screen or the big screen, and no break.
No, not really. Nothing, no anticipation. I mean, no, oh, I can't wait. It's like every time you turned around, there was something Star Trek. And unfortunately, it got us fatigued. They did the right thing. They pulled it back a little bit, but then they did the wrong thing. They gave it to Abrams, and then they gave it to Kurtzman.
Well, here's the thing. Enterprise ends in 2005. Then in 2009, you have the first Abrams movie. So you really didn't have that long of a break.
No. But you got a film that was going to go for the trendies. And look what it did.
And, there are episodes of Enterprise that suffered because, they'd been going for almost 18 years. And episodes of Voyager suffered too.
Yeah.
Because they would recycle some stories that we'd already seen on Next Gen, the original series, DS9. And yes, they did recycle some of the same stories over and over again.
Right. Well, I mean, honestly, let's be honest about it. Star Trek, Mouse, why are you in front of my microphone and all that? I mean, let's be honest. Star Trek, the motion picture, was a recycle. I mean, that's my big complaint about Star Trek motion pictures. Like, you had to recycle a couple episodes of Star Trek, the classic ones, to do this. Couldn't you have been a little bit more original? Which I think was one of the biggest problems that they had with Star Trek the motion picture. Obviously the slow pacing and such like that didn't help, and it wasn't a finished film when it came out.
No,
it really wasn't.
Because the film cells themselves were still wet. They were even rushing to try to get the special effects done in time for the release.
And they didn't even finish those up necessarily either. So, and it showed a little bit sometimes. So, but the thing is they were basically rehashing some ideas from the old series. Gunsmoke, in this 20 years run, that was kind of the problem towards the end. They started recycling their stories again, virtually, almost verbatim, because they're running out of ideas for Gunsmoke. What are we going to have Marshall Dillon do this week? Well, remember that episode way back when we began, when it was black and white and half hour? Let's stretch it out to an hour long, and it's in color now.
And that's what they did. And unfortunately, for any long-run series, you do run into relapses, as I like to call them. You relapse into the same plot. I mean, think about how long any of the Law and Order series have been on.
Oh, God.
And how many times they've repeated some stories just by changing the names of the characters, some of the situations, but it's still the same story they've told many times before.
Right. It starts coming to the point that, maybe we need a little bit of a break. And it's not getting down on anybody about that. It's just a natural thing. After a while, everything needs to have a little bit of a break. So,
a little bit of a break. Let everybody, relax and reset. And then, come with some new ideas. Then several years down the road, relaunch the series.
I don't think this show is going to really ever, if they're going to do this show, well, we haven't read the story yet, but I don't think it's going to see the light of day myself. And I'm not being mean. I'm just saying I don't think it will. It's just
not with some of the feedback it's getting from people that have played the game. And it's not positive feedback. And I was even watching a video the other day where someone who was winding down by Disney said, this game isn't great.
Which I'm sure Disney hated. It's like, well, we blew you out here. We gave you all this stuff. And, why are you saying negative things about it? Because they're hoping that everyone would be in their pockets if they did that. We'll suck up to you guys.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
So let's go ahead and get into this story by Jennifer Moss. Is she related to you, Anonymous?
I think this is Nam Dapoom. Nam Dapoom. He works for Variety.
And TGFC says, oh, they said Latina, not Latinx. Cancel them. Bigot phobe.
Yeah.
That's how they act.
And while you're at, go ahead and say that to Mexican Iron Man.
Oh, that is not something I even want to try to do with a 10-foot pole, even a 20-foot pole. I've heard him on some rants.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, okay, Mike, I want you on my side, not fighting against me. Mike, do you think you're going to lose against Mexican Army when he gets fired up? Yes. And it's good to see the long suffering.
Oh. Yeah.
Where's Cash? He's at a convention complaining about bears.
Bears. Why do you have to put bears in this game? Why are they having sex with bears in this game? Stop it. You people quit playing this game. Oh, I should put the Cash thing up while I was at it. There we go. Stop doing it. Bears are not for loving.
Anonymous says the character in the game is supposed to be Latinx.
I'm going to say something really, really honest here. I didn't realize that the actress and the character is supposed to be Latina. I didn't realize that, and they're making a big deal. It's like, my attitude is, I don't care. Can they do the job? Is it going to be, I don't care. Why is this a thing? Honestly, especially now in 2024, why is this a thing?
It shouldn't be a thing. I thought at one point we were moving beyond all this bullshit. Seriously,
I thought so too. Well, you got to remember, the last time Disney really did a job of bringing in the quote-unquote Latino characters in the Star Wars, they basically went to the traditional stereotype of being chop shoppers.
Yep.
Underground chop shoppers. Way to
Yeah,
go!
yeah. I watched that episode of the Clone Wars in the 7th season that they released.
Yeah. Yeah, this is... Yeah, man.
Yes, Anonymous. He's at a chin convention. It's the annual chin convention. They're measuring off their chins. They're taking photographs of the chins to see who has the biggest and best chin.
It's ChinCon.
They call it the Square Jaw Convention.
Square Jaw. Okay. Well, you know, he's getting ready because J-Lo's loose on the loose there. He's got to make sure she's taken care of. So,
yes.
She likes those chin guys.
So let's go ahead and get into this article by Jennifer Moss. It was posted on August 30th on Variety's website. Star Wars Outlaws video game star Humberly Gonzalez on being the first Latina lead in franchise history and hopes for TV adaptation.
Well, I got the perfect thing for that one.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Thank you, Peter.
Ubisoft and Lucasfilm's open world video game, Star Wars Outlaws, launched Friday, giving fans of the galaxy far, far away. Yeah, launched Friday, but it was also available in early access for those who did it. And guess what happened? Ubisoft released a patch and it erased all their progress, and they have to start all over again.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Way to go.
Well, what a big F you to those who paid for early access to play the game, saying, okay, we got this new patch, you know, all that progress that you made. Guess what? You got to go back and do it again.
Yep. Start all over. Losers.
But anyways, it says launch Friday, giving fans of the galaxy far, far away a chance to play a new character, Cave S, voiced by Tarrant and Star Trek Section 31 star Humberly Gonzalez. Well, the latter of those two I will never watch, and Tarrant, I probably won't watch that either.
Mm. Then they're not giving me much reason to get excited, are they? No.
And from that Section 31 trailer, that was a joke.
I haven't seen it. And the reason why I don't care.
I was gonna say I can pull up the clip I made of it. I just
the clip you made? Oh, okay.
Yeah. To Cash and Jace and I reacted to it a couple weeks ago here on Pop Talk.
The blood vessels popping, all the good stuff in life.
And a story is set in between the events of the original film trilogies, The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Empire is better. Empire is far superior.
Wow. You made Ewoks cry.
Just a bunch of teddy bears.
Yep. Oh, what bear? Bears?
Yep.
Oh, yep. Oh, now you're getting cash. They have bears in Star Wars now. I bear protest.
They've been their cast since 1983.
Mm-hmm.
The new lead isn't a Jedi or a Sith, a rebel or an Imperial sympathizer. She's a scoundrel trying to survive the crime-ridden Star Wars universe with little to no knowledge of the crime syndicates that rule, and no one but a little sidekick companion named Nix to help her out. Yeah, usually I nick myself when I shave. Not as much as I used to, but on occasion. It is such a fun timeline, and I know this from the creative team. Nikki Foy, the lead scriptwriter, and Navid Kavari, who is our narrative director, when this opportunity came to them and they found out the timeline they were going to be playing in was in the original trilogy between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. I wonder why Disney keeps having to go back to the original trilogy timeline.
I have no idea. No idea at all.
Because that's
I
the
wish I
only
knew.
timeline people really care about.
Well, I think they like the prequel one if you do it right.
Yeah, well, they tried doing a prequel series. It didn't go well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think everybody was in shock, Gonzalez told Variety. And they always say, we got out of there before they changed their mind because this is a dream timeline. It is a time where the crime syndicates are thriving. The underbelly of Star Wars is rampant. So insert this new scoundrel story where she's a young girl that isn't a Jedi. She's not a Sith. She doesn't want to belong to anybody, not to the rebels, not to the Empire. She simply has a dream of getting rich and being free out there in the galaxy. She doesn't know what that means, but we get to explore with her through her rookie ways of becoming this incredible scoundrel, but not having the experience like the ones we've seen portrayed in Star Wars before, like Lando Calrissian, Han Solo. She is different because she doesn't have that experience. So getting to explore the underworld with someone who doesn't know the dangers of it is very exciting. Yeah, but when I watched the game, it's very boring.
Yeah, I should probably watch some of the gameplay.
And I'm going to send Nix to distract the guards instead of, using stealth myself, trying to hide as best I could. Which they give you chances to hide, but come on, you got a freaking blaster.
Mm-hmm.
Go in there blasting. So there I was, blasting. Baron Jets and Mike, you stealth. I was like, no way.
Mm-hmm. You gave us away. Thanks, Mike. As we're sitting in the prison cell.
Yeah. Let's see. Gonzalez, who not only lent her voice to KVS, but also did the full body motion capture for the video game character, says she was influenced the way the character was ultimately portrayed through her own ideas about who Kay should be. Let's see. I know that when she was first crafted, they were making her a bit more cynical, a bit more snappy. I don't know. From the first time you meet her, she seems that way. It doesn't seem like that has changed.
Mm-hmm.
Sassy? No, I think she's rude.
Yeah. Well, that's sassy nowadays. Yeah. Their idea of sassy is just being rude, and it's like, no, that's not being sassy. There's wit behind sassy.
Mm-hmm. But me coming in meant I wanted to bring more vulnerability to her. The cracks in the shield, the flaws that she had to have composure through, and that to me, that makes her so complex, so layered, Gonzalez said, because she's a rookie. How does that show up in the world, and what is she learning? And so we got to experience this timeline in Star Wars that everybody knows so well, but through fresh eyes, a new point of view. What happens when KVS is meeting face to face with Jabba the Hutt, who we know runs one of the baddest crime syndicates out there. Goes on to say she has no idea who he is. It's a very fun experience to input this rookie scoundrel in a world that we so know, and it's so dangerous. Yeah, you can't even shoot things, properly in this game, from what I've seen.
Oh, so you're playing a stormtrooper?
Pretty much. Kay is also unique in the Star Wars universe in that the character is the first Latina lead in the history of the franchise. This fact is a huge point of pride for Gonzalez, who was born in Venezuela, who says she has met Latinx fans at preview events who have tears in their eyes over seeing themselves portrayed in Outlaws. Right?
Just a second.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Play the other. Play George.
Huh?
Call bullshit.
I was gonna say, isn't there a guy by the name of Pedro that plays in Star Wars?
Yeah.
I just wanted to check on that. There was someone who went out there by the name of Pedro.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
Or Pascal.
Yeah. I just wanted just asking.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. One last thing. What about this Pedro guy they got here?
I met this young girl who came dressed as Kay Vess. I'm sure she was a young girl who came as Kay Vess. I bet she was an actress hired by Disney to come to the event dressed as Kay Vess.
Well, for that we got this.
Bullshit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She built everything herself. She created the classic bomber leather blue jacket that Kay Vess wears, the track pants, the boots. She had her hair done and the makeup. She even had this backpack, and it was Nick's. Gonzalez said, I was in awe because it was a moment in real time of how important representation is, and especially having female protagonists in the gaming industry. We have female protagonists. We've had them.
I call bullshit. Bullshit.
Because here comes the word salad.
There we go.
Here comes the word salad, Baron. Here comes the word
salad,
everybody.
Yay! I love word salad. Yay!
It's coming. There can be so much toxicity, a lot of misogyny, a lot of just trolls on the internet that when women enter this space, there can be a lot of sexism. Even though there is so much creativity and experience when it comes to women in the field. And this young girl came to me and just said, I have been waiting for a project like this for so long, for me to play as a strong female lead and explore an open world. She just wanted to thank me.
I call bullshit.
I second that. We were both in tears because I said it means just as much for me because I didn't grow up seeing myself. Oh, give me a fucking break.
I call bullshit.
Okay.
You don't need to see yourself in a well-written character.
Well, first of all, I want to start off saying fuck you, and fuck you, Mark Hamill. And second of all, you guaranteed me never wanting to get this fucking game. I'm sorry. With that attitude, I know you're involved. I'm sorry. I'm not going to get this game. Not with that attitude. Not with your denigrating bullshit. You say this crap about us, and then you expect us to buy this game after insulting us like that. Fuck you. I hope this. I hope it crashes and burns. I don't give a fuck if you're a Latina, Latinx, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I never really cared at all what color or gender our character was in Star Wars or in a video game, as long as they're well written and fun. I'm sorry, we've had strong female characters in games. All you have to do is just say the magic word Lara Croft, and that's the start of it right there. That's not including others along the way. So fuck you and the horse you rode in on. For all I know, the horse is probably riding you. I don't know. Tia won a donkey show. Anyone? I don't care. I don't care if I'm insulting anybody with this. I don't care if people are saying I'm being whatever. But you know what? No, you started with your bullshit with the misogyny and all the other trope words that you've been dropping for all this long. Fuck you, Disney, too, for allowing her to say this stuff.
Well, you know, Baron, it's Disney and their PR department that are telling her the talking points. This is what you have to say.
Right. And there you go. You got that out there. And you know what? All you got is a bucket full of shit and trying to bring us in. And when it's like, what happened to the honey? We're not coming in. Excuse me. Look at the Acolyte. You insulted us, told us to fuck off there. We did. And then you still complain. You know what? Fuck you. Fuck you. All your attitude is, all what you're sitting back saying is going to do one thing and one thing only. The misogyny that you're bitching about is going to bring it back.
Yeah.
Nobody is going to want to play a game with a woman in it because of this attitude, because they're going to figure this is what you have behind her. Not a good character, but an attitude like this. You're going to bring it back that no one will want to play a game with a woman in there because of this.
Well,
not because of us,
it just
because of you.
This just goes to show that Hollywood has only a few pre-programmed talking points, blaming the fans, calling male fans toxic and misogynist. And it's like, move on. Again, these are people that need to move on.
They can't. Again, it's all part of their, again, like I said before, this is all part of their ego. This is all part of validation seeking, and we're not doing it, so they're going to keep on. This is an addiction to them. This is their addiction. They can't wait until they get this validation from us. Of course, they don't have an end game for this validation, so it's got to keep on going and going and going. They're just going to keep doing this, and we're the enemy. They made us the enemy. We are not the enemy. We never wanted to be the enemy, but you made us that. Are there guys out there that are dweebs that do say on towards things? Oh, hell yeah. But you know what? There's women that do the same fucking thing too. So fuck you. In fact, you're seeing it, dingbat. I mean that with all my heart. Dingbat. You're just as guilty with this bullshit that you're spewing forth. And you have now made it to the point that guys are not going to buy video games with women in it because of this. Unless they know for sure that you don't have this DI crap and you don't have people like you going out there and insulting not half, but the majority of the people who would want to play your fucking worthless game with your damn fucking worthless character and your damn fucking worthless talent.
And you know what? Steve's absolutely right. We're not going to be embarrassed by you into buying your PS3, PS2 looking piece of shit game.
Not at all.
If you really want to endear yourself to the fans, tell them why they should buy it. Legitimate reasons, not because you're putting in this keyword talking point here, this keyword talking point there, but legitimate reasons. What is the player going to expect once they put the disc in or if they download it and start the game? What sort of investment are they going to have? But guess what, Baron? They're not going to have much of an investment in this game, because you want to know how long the base game is? 20 hours.
Wow.
20 hours for a $70 game.
Oh,
or if you
don't
buy
worry.
the deluxe edition, it's $139 or more.
Right. Don't worry. The $20, $30 DLCs that you can expand on it will come out. So don't worry. You'll have more play time on there.
Please.
Well, yeah. I mean, excuse me. This attitude you have going out there is not going to guarantee success. And you're driving with the people, and you want to have self-fulfilling travesties. That's what you want. You want this self-fulfilling. And the best way you can do it is go out there and solve. I thought we're supposed to be kinder and gentler. I thought we're supposed to be joy. I thought we were supposed to be nice. Right? But no.
I thought the whole DNC theme, and DNC is the Democratic National Convention, which was a few weeks ago. I thought their whole tagline was joy, joy, joy. Instead, you spread vitriol.
Right. Men are bad. You know what? That's getting tiring. It's been tiring for a long time. But you're not going to guilt me or anybody else into this game or feel bad. One, I've never done anything against you, so I don't have any, except right now calling you names because you're a dingbat. But you deserve it, so I'm never going to feel guilty about that. Second of all, I've never thought anything ill or the fact that a woman character in a game. In fact, in many ways, I prefer playing women characters in games. because I don't want to see a guy's ass bouncing around in front of me. But okay. But other than that, it's like I don't mind. It's like it's a difference. It's a change. Seeing that change and having a female character or an alien character or whatnot, or a character from another culture expands in the enjoyment. You don't feel like you're in a bubble world of video games where everything's the same bland thing all the time.
Yep.
But you're going to come out and do this insulting. You're going to go out there and just lambast, call us names. Great tactic. Fuck you. We're not the misogynists. You're the sexists out there. You're the
bigots out there.
Yeah, you are the bigots. You're the sexists. You're all those. And you're also the fucking racists. Because that's all I've been hearing out of your fucking mouths while you're also spewing forth bullshit things like joy, which I hardly have seen any of out of people like you. And, it's like...
And by people like you, Baron means people from your political side of the aisle.
Well, not necessarily, political side of the aisle. Also on the way of doing these games and DEI side of the aisle. All that. It's all-encompassing people like you, not specifically towards a race, a gender, or anything like that. I'm talking about the dumb shits out there. The people who've been ruining everything that we have. Everything that goes out there and whatever they touch turns to shit. Because that's all they got in between their ears is shit. Fuck you. You've been doing a good job of destroying everything you have, but I got news for you. We're coming back, baby. We're coming back. We're taking over. As you can see, things that are not following your bullshit rules for DEI and all the others are succeeding. Mm-hmm. The stuff that we've been craving for is succeeding, but yet the stuff that you've been pushing on us and calling us names about have been failing. You know what? Acolyte crashed and burned, not because of us. It crashed because of you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And what you did, how you promoted, how you presented it.
How they presented, how they said, it's not for your Star Wars fans. It's for these Star Wars fans. Right. The ones who really don't give a crap about the franchise.
And then you have
the show.
And then you have the fucking nerves to come back and blame us. I'm sorry, I'm not involved in the Stockholm syndrome situation. I am not going to allow you to beat the shit out of me so I can come back and be part of you and feel sympathy towards you and be a little sycophant dog falling around, whatever you say. No, I don't suffer Stockholm syndrome. You can get that out of your head.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be kicked around and abused by you and say, please, may I have more? No, fuck you.
If we want to watch good Star Wars, we could still watch the original 6 movies that George Lucas wrote.
I'm doing a big cleaning here at Tag Cottage, right? Which involves moving books, right? And guess what I'm moving a bunch of? My Star Wars EU books. I'm looking at it going, here's Star Wars. If I want to get lost, I have years worth of Star Wars to read, to enjoy, to play. I don't need you. I am not going to be part of this abusive relationship where you say, I promise it'll be better next time.
Mm-hmm.
And then you take out a bigger bat to try to hit me over the head and insult me. Because you know what? You might say, oh, don't go out there and confuse us with abusive. No, it is. You listen to the words. Remember, abuse is also verbal. And listen to what they call people. That is verbal abuse. And we have been verbally abused by these worthless sacks of shit for how many years?
Too long.
Right.
Long.
And I'm sorry.
Going on 10 years.
Yep. And my attitude is no. I've walked away from your abusive relationship from at the very beginning when I realized it was turning to shit fast. I saw that you were a duplicitous drunk. And I managed to get up before you started hitting me. But there's all these others that are more than willing to keep on taking the hits, the verbal assaults that you have, the abuse that you give out, because, one, they like to hate watch, I think a bunch of them do. or they just can't get away. They're sucked into it, or they're just the trendies, and it's the other abusers that you're bringing in. Hey, let's bring the rest of the abusers in so we can beat everybody else up. Yeah. Just listen to those fucking words. Everybody, listen to the fucking words that these people have been saying throughout the ages, and don't tell me that that's not verbal abuse.
It most certainly is, Baron. And as far as this game is concerned, if you want a good Star Wars game, oh yeah, sure, it's from 95. It's almost 30 years old. But play Dark Forces.
Yeah.
Whether you download the original or you buy the remaster of it, play Dark Forces. You'll get your time and your money.
Yeah, if you want to spend some time in between Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back that involves the Hutts, the crime cartels, all that stuff. Hey, I got something for you. It's called Shadows of the Empire. You have books, comics, everything. It was virtually a movie event without the movie. You even have a soundtrack. Wrap yourself into that. Role-playing game supplements, everything. If you want something that's a gangbusters between the two of them, those movies, there you go. It involves the other word, and even Jabba the Hutt's involved. Boba Fett's involved. All these people that we love so much are involved. We don't need to have an abusive bullshit artist like this bitch. Sorry, my apologies, but I don't care. Going around calling us names in the rest of the industry.
That's all they know how to do, Baron, is call us names.
Right.
Because we're not buying their product. We see their product, we've tried it out, and we're all, nope, no thank you.
And I reserve to sit back and say again, fuck you and fuck you, Mark Hamill. Because you're also part of the fucking problem, Mr. Joyless sack of shit. Who is also giving us verbal abuse. That's why I say all the time, fuck you, Mark Hamill, because he's part of the verbal abusers.
Mm-hmm. He is. Bring up politics when fans aren't there to hear and speak about politics and telling those who support Trump to go force yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care what people's politics are. You know, but if you start doing bullshit like that, then I care, because it means that you are a spiteful piece of shit. You are. You're going to insult half, if not more than half, the people that are your fans. And then you're going to expect to be treated like a hero. Well, you're going to be treated like a hero from the Gorloxing gang. You want that? I'm sorry.
Apparently that is the audience they're going after, Baron.
I suppose you're still upset because you got to play with the granddaughter you wanted your daughter to abort. You're forced to have to spend time with the kid you wanted killed. Okay, have fun, Mr. Hamill. You low-life piece of shit. And this woman, you low-life piece of shit. And the rest of you people over there, you low-life piece of shits. Get it over. I want all you know what? I'm sorry. I'm going after our fellow streamers, and I'm going to sit back and say this. Everybody out there who feels that you have to watch this stuff, you have to play this stuff, like I have underneath there, I'm doing this for you so you don't have to do it. I'm telling you all, quit doing it because you're in an abusive relationship. Stop feeding the abuser. They're just abusing you. You're going out and doing these videos, these reactions afterwards, and you're all the blood vessels coming out of your head. You're spewing, having the spittle coming out. Like I am right now, but for a different reason. Stop doing it. Turn your back. Turn your back on the abusers and walk away. Because that's all they're doing to you. Do you want to be verbally abused? Do you want to be treated like, after a while, you're going to start feeling like a sack of shit that they're calling you? That's how abusers work.
Yep.
Walk away. All of you. I'm talking about the big ones. I'm talking about the medium ones. I'm talking about the pissant ones.
Why do you think Gina Carano wouldn't comply with what Disney was telling her? Because she knew it was wrong. Right. What they were asking her to do.
That's a strong woman. And I'm talking about in real life. She did not cave. What I have to sit back and say to all our fellow youth, because I love you all. I really do. Even the ones I don't like. I love you all. No, I'm just kidding on that one. But I do love you all, right? Stop it. Stop watching their stuff because you feel we have to do it for you guys. Quit being a fucking martyr. Quit getting abused. Quit feeding the trolls. We're not the trolls. They're the trolls. Listen to what this bitch wrote down there. Listen to what she says. And it's what they've been saying how long? And we still keep, well, I don't, but you guys still keep going back. And I feel I still got to go over there. I still got to watch it. I still got to go to Disneyland and see The Edge. No, stop it. Stop it. Quit being abused. Remember the old days. Let's focus on the stuff that we love and bring out the stuff that we love and let people know why we love it. Let's be the ones that bring out the actual true joy. Because we do that, we win. They'll get ignored.
Let's be the ones that bring up the joy that we had watching the original trilogy or the original 6 movies or reading the EU. Because you want to know something, folks, for those of you who may not know, that is something from the very beginning of Pop Talk I wanted this show to do. Talk about the things we love, the things that we have a passion for, and why we have a passion for it.
Right. And, this dingbat set me off. I didn't expect to get set off today, actually, because I'm really tired. I've been doing a lot of work, and I'm really aching. Well, I suppose the achiness and the fact that I'm not I'm hurting kind of helped irk this along. So forgive me, people out there, if I might seem a little extreme. But the thing is I'm not. They're the ones that are extreme.
A lot of these Hollywood sycophants think they're being coordinated as king and queen of entertainment. Well, this is us, the fans.
Disrupts my coronation! Coronation, Starscream? This is bad comedy. Megatron? Is that you? Here's a hint. Will anyone else attempt to fill his shoes?
Yeah. All I got to say is take your ever-loving version of what you call joy, shove it up your ass, and get the hell out of here. I'm done with you. Right now, I was thinking about maybe sitting back and watching a little bit of the online people playing this outlaw game. Well, you know what? Congratulations. Congratulations. I'm not even going to do that now because that's how disgusted I am with you twat waffle.
You know what? I do want to say one thing. I've said it before. If you bought the game and you're enjoying it, I've got nothing against you. Fine. You're enjoying it. Who I have something against is an actress who's peering down from her ivory tower and demeaning us,
right?
The real people.
I'm not attacking anyone but the source. In fact, no words out of my mouth have I said anything against anyone other than the source. The only thing is I'm putting a plea out there to us out there to quit falling into the trap of their abuse and just walk away. Quit reporting it. Ignore them. When this stuff is hitting the mainstream media about how bad it is, it's time for you to wash your hands and walk away, because it is.
Yeah.
It's just, and you know what? If you're out there hate watching, or I have to watch it so you don't have to, it's still giving them that tick. It's giving them that validation. Just like those negative votes, it still counts for something. It still means that there's an engagement. It still drives people on. Quit doing it. The best thing to do is, if you go by a show you don't like it, don't give it a like or dislike. Just walk along and never watch again. There will never be a tick on there. Let's do the same thing to Disney. Let's do the same thing to Paramount. Let's do the same thing to, I suppose Doctor Who's under Disney now. But let's just do it to all of them. Just turn your back and don't give them a single view. If you want it, I guess I'm sitting back saying, I think I'm officially sitting back and saying it for the first time. If you really mean it, and you think this is crap, and this stuff is really, truly destroying us, then yes, let's boycott it. Let's show them what a real boycott is. Turn your back and walk away. If that is you're so inclined to you, if you do not like it, if you are just as pissed off as I am about what they've done to our stories, our legends, what we grew up with, walk away. Be the real, true ones that boycott. Stop giving them attention.
See, this is exactly why I picked this article, because it shows that they will never change. They will keep going to the same playbook over and over and over again without adapting, without seeing the error in their ways, or at least being adult enough to listen to a different point of view. That's one thing we've lost, not just in this country, but in this world, being able to listen to another point of view. Now, you may still feel the same way you did when the whole conversation started, but at least you have a different perspective. Not everybody's going to see things the same way, and Hollywood needs to learn that if they give us crap, just like any business, we're going to turn our back on that product. You don't keep going into a restaurant that gives you subpar service and subpar food just because of the name, do you? You want to make sure that anything in life that you spend your hard-earned money on, and trust me, these streaming services, especially when they bundle them all together, they're not cheap.
No.
You want to be able to get a good investment out of your money. You want to be able to tune on, HBO Max, or Max as they like to call themselves now, Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, whomever, and know that you're getting your money's worth. When you're buying a game, you want to make sure that you get your money's worth. I wish I had waited to buy Jedi Survivor last year instead of buying it on day one. But one of the reasons why I bought it was because of the reputation that Jedi Fallen Order had.
Mm-hmm.
Going in thinking, all right, the same development teams behind the sequel. It's going to be good.
Yeah, you think.
Would have one problem after another.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there were some people saying, oh, I didn't have any problem. What are you playing on? Console? That's why you didn't have a problem. Anyone that was playing on PC, even the best PC that was out there, was having a difficult time. We just want to get our money's worth. We just want to make sure that when we're buying a product, it's going to last. It's going to entertain.
It's going to have an impact.
Mm-hmm.
I remember watching commercials back, the 90s, maybe early 2000s, and it was with Tom Selleck. And basically, they were kind of predicting how we would have basically what we have now, streaming services, stuff like that. And basically, they're promising that we'd be going to a new golden age of entertainment. A golden age, right? And you'd think that would be the truth. And it would be the truth if it hadn't become a fucking monopoly, which it has, and the creative, and they drove all the creativeness out of the industry, all for political messaging, propaganda, electioneering. And yes, I do mean that with electioneering, because there is a lot what they're going in there to try to get you to vote for a certain candidate and not for another one in one fashion or another. Because, look at us. We're smart. We actors. Matt Damon. Yay, Matt Damon. No. This would be a golden age and opportunity. But they destroyed it. They've destroyed this industry. And I mean, honestly, I'm pleading with you all. Get away from this abusive relationship. Let this become a fire. And let's show them the true power that we have. Look at what they've called us and what they're still calling us. Do you really want to go around with them thinking that you truly are a scumbag? They think you're a scumbag. that at any moment you'll do an assault on a woman because you're a man, because that's what men do, and that you're this horrible fan and you don't like women and you recoil whenever women and you think women are bad. Honestly, do you want to keep supporting that? Do you really want to keep supporting that you're nowhere's better than a Ted Bundy? Not Al Bundy, Ted Bundy. Because they're virtually putting you in that category. Meanwhile, what did they have in Hollywood? Do they still revere today? Even though he might be getting out of jail because of it. But Harvey Weinstein, remember how Hillary and Oprah and all these others are all what an upstanding man this was. Meryl Streep, right. And let's not forget, Leslie Headland was a little toady for him. I'm sure she made sure that she lined up the right girls to go in and probably got the sloppy seconds. I don't know. But look at all these people and the ones that they praise so much. Oh, how wonderful people like Harvey Weinstein is. He's such a fine, upstanding individual, right? Excuse me? Yeah. And then you call me a scumbag. And yes, you are calling me a scumbag. And you're calling Mike a scumbag. And you're calling Cash Money a scumbag. And you're calling Anna Moss a scumbag. You're calling DJ.
Everybody who is watching now, whoever has listened to Pop Talk or any show on YouTube, a scumbag.
Right.
Just because we have different points of view.
And the fact that
Anonymous, you still want to play it? I understand you don't want to spend the $70, but that's perfectly fine. It's your money. You do what you want.
All I gotta sit back and say is just remember what I sat back and say.
I'm not gonna, go to your chat or message you saying, I can't believe you bought that game.
No, I'm not going to do that either. I'm just going to sit back and say, just remember what I said, though. Remember what they think of you and how they're treating you. Just think of that before you buy that game. I'm asking everybody to. I know it looks pretty to a lot of people. I know it has those magic words Star Wars on it, but please think about it. And just remember the abuse that you're getting. Do you still want to give money? Do you still want to give time? Do you want to give effort to these people who think you're no better than, grape? That you're basically you're just a graper. That you're a type of person that hates women. That you're a type of person that holds women down. That you're a person that's a slime ball. Look at all the things, including what's in this fucking article. What they think of you.
Well, let's find out what else they think of us, if it even says anything like that. Because I do want to get through this whole article. All right. So Gonzalez spoke with Variety about starring in Star Wars Outlaws amid the ongoing saga after a video game actors strike, which began July 26th. While the Ubisoft-developed Star Wars Outlaws is exempt from the work stoppage and not among the struck titles, Gonzalez addressed the central issue behind the strike for herself and other actors, which is increased protection surrounding artificial intelligence, AI, and how she believes her work as KVS proves the importance of the issue. I love this job so much. I would love to keep doing it for many years to come. Well, a lot of voice actors have been able to do it.
Yeah.
For many years to come.
Mm-hmm. Till the day they died.
Yeah. Mel Blanc comes to mind. He did it up until the day he died.
June Foray. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think it's important to fight for our rights, to respect the actor's craft. And I hope that with the actors on the picket line and bringing these issues to the front, that they realize that no AI could ever take over what a real human being can do, Gonzalez said. I feel excuse me.
Well, that's funny because I don't think she is a real human being, but continue on.
Okay. Let me just get back to where I was. Let's see. Fight for our rights to respect actors' craft. And I hope with the actors on the picket line and bringing these issues to the front, they realize that no AI could ever take over what a real human being can do. I feel so blessed to be able to play KVS because what infuses her in my own experience of growing up in Venezuela and being an immigrant, leaving everything behind, starting over, and me following my own dream, which is such a big parallel to Kay Vest having grown up the way she did, excuse me, coming from nothing and having this idea of what freedom is and what it means for her. So when it comes to that, I will always be on the side of let's protect our rights. She goes on to say that they recently wrapped up the Section 31, which looks like crap.
Right.
Starring alongside Michelle Yeoh, who just looks like the mustache twirling villain with the way she's acting in that. And she's a very good actress, and to see her in that role, it's like,
really? Honestly? You doing that to her?
And it goes on to say, yes, she's aware of the unique nature of her starring in competing iconic space franchises. Well, one is science fiction, the other is science fantasy.
And it's already happened before. Yada, yada, yada.
It's currently in production on the third season of Netflix. Gideon, Georgia, would love to take her acting as Kay Vest one step further with a TV adaptation of Star Wars Outlaws. Oh, please, God, no. Please, God.
No.
I think it would be incredible to see Kay Vest in live action, because one thing that we don't see in animation is those micro expressions of a real human being on the screen, Gonzalez said. And it would be incredible for me to experience what it would be like to be literally in her costume, in her appearance, her likeness, in the landscape, to see her interact with real characters, the creatures. It would be a dream come true. I certainly would not say no to the opportunity, and I think there's so many opportunities to see Kay Vest and other aspects of established roles in Star Wars, because we're in the original trilogy and there's so many opportunities for her to exist or show up in different places. So it would be amazing, and I think fans would love it. Yeah, well, I'm sure fans would like to see a live action representation of Cal Kestis too. But even so, I still don't want to see it. Not with the way Disney has been going.
Well, and especially your attitude, lady. And your attitude. Like I said, I'm still waiting to see a real human being here. I don't see a real human being. I'm seeing a scumbag. A sexist, racist scumbag.
And hello to Fox Zenmisky over on the Rumble side.
I'm sorry, this kind of set me off. I didn't mean to have it set me off. But the thing is I'm tired of this bullshit out there where you can go out there and say whatever you want, and then we'll still throw money your way. No consequences.
But and you understand why I chose this article.
You wanted my blood pressure to go up.
No, because it still shows in print that Hollywood will never be able to change.
Well, it'll change, but it's going to be
they're
drastic.
Unwilling to change.
It's going to be something new. It will change, but for people like this dingbat, they're not going to like it. Like other people in her, the Kathleen Kennedys, the Bob Igers, the Kurtzmans, and all that, they're not going to like it. They'll be lucky if they're able to be able to do puppet plays in Uganda the way they're going once the dust settles. Because you know what? We people are pissed. We are pissed. Like I said, all the insults and the abuse of you can. How long until that finally breaks? How long does that break? And you're going to have the next one come out after this big insulting destruction you had with Acolyte. And what's going to do next when it's just even worse? And you're going to try to do the same bullshit on us. And it's going to get worse and worse. You're just going to crumble. You guys are probably going to fall apart before you even dream of having a bloody show off with this piece of crap. You're worthless, woman.
South Korea and Japan are doing better, Jace? It's because they don't put in this DEI bullshit.
Yeah, there's a reason why Korean dramas are becoming so popular. There's a reason why anime and manga is so popular. There's a reason why people are leaving Dungeons and Dragons and WotC for other for other game systems. There's a reason why people are leaving in droves, and it shows. It shows. It's there. I told you, we are winning. When you have a cancellation of a Star Wars show behind a paywall, 2 Star Trek shows behind a paywall, we are winning. We just need to put the extra fire on. And that extra fire, like I said, turn your back. Do not feed these people. They hate you. And I mean that. They hate you. Why do you want to support someone that hates you? And even more than that, they want to see you wiped off the face of the fucking planet. I wish I could say I was exaggerating, but that is true. Listen to the rhetoric. We need to get rid of the men. Men are all the problem. Mm-hmm. We need to get rid of this. We need to get rid of white people. White people are all the problem. They are talking about that, and they're legitimate about it. They're legitimately saying this stuff.
Instead of moving forward like we should be, we've taken several steps backwards. In other words, we've regressed.
Yeah, I mean, where have we heard this rhetoric before? We need to get rid of this group of people, and it'll get better.
Oh, geez, Germany, mm-hmm.
Japan, Soviet Union, all across the board. I mean, look at the tribes in Africa. A lot of the fighting that, if we can get rid of this tribe, it'll be better. Oh, that tribe now took over. Now they're doing it to the other one. If we only could get rid of this person, if we could get rid of this person in Cuba, it'll be great. These group of people. That's what you're seeing.
You know, the guy who we can't even mention, but we can call him the funny mustache goose step man.
Yeah, the Austrian painter. Let's see, the Austrian corporal. What are other words? You know who we're talking about, right? Mm-hmm. But others. He's not the only one, folks.
Stalin.
Don't be. You had the Stalin. You have Castro. You have many others. If we only got rid of this group of people, or people who think this way, things will be better. If we don't march lockstep with our political system, well, we'll put you up against a wall. Doesn't that kind of sound the fucking same?
We're not talking about you, Jace.
No. It doesn't sound like the same. Let's get rid of you guys. You guys are all the problem. And yes, they're going down to specific calling people by race that you're the problem. Mm-hmm. Are they going to now come out with a Star Wars film where they're going to have womp rats coming out of the sewers of Coruscant and saying, "Yep, these are the white male Star Wars fans. This is what we're doing," just like they did with the other films in Germany. They hate you. Why are you going to support them, even on a hate watch, or even with the bullshit? I watch this so you don't have to. Don't watch this so we can all get something better down the road and we can finally crush these motherfuckers.
You know, I tried giving Star Trek Discovery a chance. I really did. But after the 3rd season, I won't. No more. I can't do it. This isn't the Star Trek I grew up with. This isn't the Star Trek I loved. The Star Trek that inspired me and so many others to think of a better future. To think of how you should act toward another person. You know, that vision that Gene Roddenberry had of all of us coming together and respecting one another's differences, whether it's appearances or beliefs. Mm-hmm. With current Star Trek, that doesn't exist.
What's ethic anymore? Iddick today is my way or the highway. That's what their version of Iddick is.
Yet, Baron, you and I both know that IDIC stands for infinite diversity in infinite combinations.
Bingo. Mm-hmm.
Why? Because we are Star Trek fans who care about it.
Star Wars is
who
a
care
fantasy.
care about the message that Star Trek gave. Who care about the message that even Star Wars gave. I get, you're being oppressed. Band together and fight for your freedom. Stop letting people walk all over you.
Walk away. I want the Star Wars where you're dreaming that you're like in a pirate film, swinging from the mast on the rope with your sword in your hand, flailing away, which is what Star Wars is about. Swashbuckling, space opera, excitement, thrills. I mean, Luke swinging across the chasm in the Death Star. It is right to Douglas Fairbanks, man. Right to Douglas Fairbanks. Our Han Solo in the canteen, like I said, it's right out of the Westerns, right out of Good, the Bad, the Ugly. All across the board, man. It's not to put a message out there saying that white men are scumbag.
Or to say that any race, any creed are scumbags. No, you don't say that about your fellow human being.
All men and jerks are misogynists. Yeah, right.
Sorry, EJ, but I don't know you, and I don't let people in who I don't know. But welcome to the channel.
Dave's not here, man.
Cash ain't here, man.
No. Cash not here. No, it's me, Cash. Open up. I think the cops follow me. Yeah, Cash not here, man. He's still running around the convention like me, but about bears.
Yeah, he's going up on one of the convention panel stages, grabbing a mic.
Yeah.
Listen, people, don't go to the bears. Stay away from the bears.
They're having the award ceremony where he walks up there like Conway with Taylor Swift. I want to talk about the bears here.
Oh boy. Well, let's take a break from all that, Baron, because we finally have the box office numbers.
See, you took my rant. My apologies for being so rantish, like I said.
Baron,
but I'm serious.
Necessary.
But my message is serious. Honestly, I'm asking all of you, turn your back. It is time that we do that. It's time that we show that unified front. Enough hate watching, enough watching it so you don't have to, any of that stuff. Just turn your back and tell them to fuck off. Because we've just gone a little too much. We let it go too much. Never heard about that game. Have you heard that game? I've never heard of that game.
Yeah,
What's
oh, please, Baron. Yeah, well, we know about Cyberpunk 77. I haven't played it. I know people who have.
Well, you gave it to me. I played it. It's fun.
Yeah. I was going to say, I gifted it to you because I saw it on your wish list.
Yeah, I mean, I made sure I had the biggest penis in the game, so just to keep Cash happy.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, we wanted to get back to off of the tantrum. That's the best. That's the Baron way to do it, man. That's the Baron way.
Yeah, I know all too well. But anyways, we finally have the box office numbers. Box Office Mojo. You used to have the box office numbers right when we started the show. What happened, man?
Mojo,
who's dropping the ball, man?
You're going to have another meeting with Mike now. Good job, guys. But at least it keeps the heat off of me. So,
but Baron, isn't this sad? Here it is. You're going into the last big weekend, holiday weekend at that of the summer, and this is the box office totals.
Let me get this bigger because I got bad eyes because I'm old.
Here.
I got it bigger. I increased the size. I got it big. I just had to do it on my screen.
All right.
Because I had
it for everyone else. I'll do it for everyone.
Well, okay, do it for everybody else. The reason why is because it's in the StreamYard and it's so little. I just got it out of the little StreamYard. See, we're fighting. Look at this. This is stuff. This is making sausage. It's making sausage in front of the customer. You never do that. This is disgusting. Oh my word. This is Labor Day weekend, right? Lazy ass day.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, this is a day we celebrate being the lazy asses. But Deadpool and Wolverines, which is saving Disney Marvel, is still number one.
No, Baron, it is not.
I know.
It's
it's
Star Wars.
Not Star Wars. Disney.
It's not saving Marvel. It's not saving anybody.
I know it's not. No, but it is proving a point. Whoa, that's big now. Okay, now I got to switch my glasses. I got to switch my glasses from the reading glasses to the regular ones now. Thank you.
There.
Growing old is not for sissies.
See, I can be accommodating.
Yeah. Accommodating when you give me a kick out the door. That's what you do.
I haven't kicked you off all show.
That's true. I'm amazed. The other time you're doing it to Cash quite a bit, so I was impressed.
Well, he deserved it. He was being ornery.
Yeah, we are enjoying our Sunday, and you have a good night as well.
Yeah, you have a good one too. Have a good night, a good morning, and thank you for stopping by. Really appreciate it.
Have a Coke and a smile, as they say. Have a Coke and a smile.
So Deadpool and Wolverine only made $15.2 million this weekend. Yes, I know it's already crossed the billion mark.
Yeah.
In total. But still, this is the last big weekend of the summer.
Well, to be honest, I can see it making this much money at this point of the game, but this should be further down the list and the other films making a lot more money.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
What did you think, especially pre-COVID, that this total might be in the 40 millions and maybe Alien Romulus might be a little higher? I don't know.
I would think so. Twister's been out for a little bit. Yeah. So I can see that they're down and such, but
Reagan's brand new, and that stars Dennis Quaid.
Mm-hmm. And I can understand why it's not necessarily high, because let's face it, that's a film that's a little bit more interest orientated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it is a docudrama about the former president, and it's in the middle of a political year. So you got to get in that straight character. But usually films like that don't necessarily do huge in the theater. It's usually when they get to, well, now we call it stream, but back in the day, cable or the video stores. But the other ones, I would expect more. I expect a little bit more out, just a little bit more out of Twister, a little bit more out of Deadpool, but I can understand why it'd be dropped down about this point. Alien Romulus, I mean, how many weeks has it been out? 2 now?
2 weeks, I believe.
2 weeks, and that's what it's bringing in?
Yeah. I'm going to look up and see what its budget was. I mean, this was originally supposed to be released for Hulu before they decided to release it in the theaters. And there are special effects shots in the movie where you could tell it was supposed to be a TV movie as opposed to a theatrical release. And you would think somebody at Disney, a higher up at Disney, would have said, okay, before we release this in the theaters, we need to clean up some of these visuals, some of these special effects to make it more presentable for a movie theater screen.
Yeah, you would think. Yeah, you would, except for one thing. This is Disney now.
I know.
Yeah.
Hey, it's current Hollywood.
I mean, it's not the first time something made for TV went to the movies. I mean, Buck Rogers in the 25th Century was one of those. As well as, Battlestar Galactica went into the theaters. They had some episode of Babylon 5. They wanted 2-parters so it could go into theaters in Europe, in Germany. And they did a few of that with some 2-parters on other shows. So it's not the first time, but yeah, you expect that but everyone knew it was coming from a TV show, but you figure you would clean it up, make it look spiffy. Spiffy.
Okay, spiffy. So Alien Romulus has a reported budget of $80 million.
Ooh. Well, I mean, really, it did kind of make its money back a little bit but still.
And according to the source I have, I'll go ahead and show you guys what I'm looking at here.
You have sources? Cool.
This is where I'm getting the information from. So it says, let's see, 80 million. The figure is mentioned in multiple sources. Following, it mentions Reddit discussions. It also says an article reporting production budget of 80 million. Another article stating that the film was produced on a budget of around 80 million. It has grossed 225 million globally at the time this was updated, making it a commercially successful venture. It's worth noting that the initial estimate of 66.7 million in the global box office debut might have been an opening weekend figure, and the total production budget might have included marketing, distribution costs, which are not explicitly mentioned in the provided information.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, 285 million worldwide for a movie that's reportedly has an $80 million budget. It's a success. Even though for me, watching this movie, I liked it all the way up until they started copying and pasting from Alien 3 and Resurrection.
Mm-hmm. The best of the series, why not?
As soon as I started noticing the copy and paste, my score for it started dipping.
Mm-hmm.
And I give it a 5 out of 10 at best.
Wow.
Well, like I said, when you start seeing things from other Alien movies creep in, things that were done better, or things that you're like you're touching this again, then the score goes down.
Did they bring back the xenomorph dog?
No, they did not bring back the xenomorph dog, but they did bring back the line that Sigourney Weaver made famous in Aliens. Get away from her, you bitch.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, yeah, let's bring in the line. Why not come up with something new? Oh, wait a minute. That's right.
Well, I'm sure.
Forget I asked.
Well, I'm sure if there wasn't all the copy pasting, it wouldn't have been so bad. That would have been that little nod. But they had to do the copy and paste, which, of course, lessened that.
Yeah, and the lead character, Ray, I'm sorry, but she's no Ellen Ripley. But yeah, these numbers. Ugh. The Forge and Blink Twice, roughly about the same. The Blink Twice made a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Inside Out 2. Even Coraline's still doing well for a re-release.
Yeah, 15-year-old film coming in. Yeah.
Yeah, look how much it's made in its re-release. That's not bad.
No. Not at all. I mean, really, if you want to sit back and say that's all profit.
Mm-hmm. The Crow. Sorry, Chase.
What?
The Crow's not doing so well.
Oh, yeah. I heard that thing just got raked over the coals with the critics. I mean, I'm not saying anything against the film. I'm just saying what I heard. I don't have any opinion about the film.
Let's see. Anonymous.
What was Jason's acting a little too wooden? Was that what it was?
I watched Twisters yesterday, and although it was a small screen, it was almost full.
No, good.
I ain't spending money on that, but I might Jack Sparrow it, but it will never be in my Blu-ray collection. Okay.
Arvasimais. He's speaking my language.
Gen Z aliens, yeah, they were.
Gen Z aliens? Oh God!
This is gonna be a spoiler.
Everybody, is this a spoiler coming out here, folks?
This is gonna be a spoiler, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the spoiler card up.
You just beat me to it. I was just gonna do it for you, man.
But there's one particular scene where they have to basically have the station's temperature match their body temperature, and they're told do not say anything, do not make any noise as they're walking through all these face huggers. What do these idiots do? They immediately make noise. I'd be there like, you idiots.
So you're trying to sit back and say all of a sudden the crit of the crew started doing King Ass Ripper, and that was it.
I wouldn't even go that far, Baron.
I'm teasing Crit. You know I love you, man.
And Jay says the Crow was good. Yeah, I know you liked the movie, brother, and I know you liked Rebel Moon and Rebel Moon Part 2, the extended cuts. I'm not gonna laugh at you and point at you and go, you like that movie. That movie's this, that movie's that. No, it meets your expectations.
I'm gonna point and laugh at Chase. It's not about the movie. I just point and laugh at Chase. I mean, it's just, has nothing to do with him liking any movies or anything.
And he also says most people just compare to the OG film and forget there was a comic. Yeah, there's a series of comics.
Oh, excuse me. I don't know where that came from. Whew.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I boring you, Baron?
You are, actually. Yeah, I mean, I miss Cash.
Well, Cash is probably asleep on a keyboard after the convention.
No, I'm sure the convention's still going on. It's only 101 over there.
Yeah, but you know how Cash just, okay, I gotta go. I gotta get some sleep.
Mm-hmm. Probably fell asleep on somebody's Warhammer minis, and they're going to kill him now.
Probably.
Yeah.
And Borderlands, the movie that should have never been made. Yikes!
Look at those wonderful numbers, man. Hit the biggest hit. That saved the summer box office right there, folks. Oh, summer box office has been saved, baby, thanks to Borderlands.
I can remember us reacting to the trailer for this and going, no.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because I have to admit, I don't know that much about Borderlands, but listening to you and Cash, and I think there might have been someone else in there. It's like, oh, okay. Wow, sounds like we got ourselves another full nappy coming in at full speed, Hey. The Krappenheimer.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, what's this movie called? Borderlands. How long is it? An hour and 40. Excuse me. An hour and 41 minutes. Oh, good. Nap time.
Yeah, it's an hour 41 minutes too long.
Yep.
Well, again, let's blame all of us. It's all our fault. We did it because they had strong female whammons in there. Look at all the whammons. We rejected the whammon.
Aaron, it's because we're always saying everything sucks. That's what they say. It's not just Pop Talk bringing the negativity. It's all the misogynists out there bringing the negativity.
All of us, all evil.
No, we could talk about our last article. It's a very short article. Or we could just chit-chat and wind down the show.
Oh, okay. What was the last article about? Again,
Stellar Blade 2 leak.
The
leak reveals major upgrade from first game.
Ooh, does the upgrade include the bouteille? Ooh.
I don't know. Well, let's find out. Let's go ahead and read it.
Okay. He got titillated, folks. Ooh, titillated. Speaking of which, I think I downloaded the wrong Twisters to watch the other day. I didn't realize the name Titties was before it, and there was so much nudity.
Oh, please! You're sitting there going, boobies.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's an EF4 if I ever saw one. Woo! Why did they start calling EFs for? They used to be just F5, F4, F1. Then they changed it.
I don't know. Why do they even have to name storms?
I don't know. Well, if you dated some of the women I knew, yeah, that's the reason why. Yeah.
So we have this article from comicbook.com by Tyler Fisher. It was posted on the 30th of August, and it says Stellar Blade 2 leak reveals major upgrade from first game. Stellar Blade 2 is going to look even better because of this. Because of what? Well, we're going to find out. Stellar Blade is one of 2024's best games, and excuse me, heat allergies, and biggest success stories for South Korean developer ShiftUp. It was a debut on console after previously shipping 3 mobile games since its inception in 2013, and it's been such a successful debut. The expectation is ShiftUp is here to stay in the console space. The other expectation is that Stellar Blade 2 is in the pipeline. To this end, it looks like the sequel will have a major upgrade from the first game. At the moment of writing this, there is a job listing for ShiftUp that asked applicants to have experience with Unreal Engine 5, confirming the studio's next game, presumably Stellar Blade 2, is going to be made on Real Engine 5. If this is the case, it represents a major upgrade from the first game, which was made on an increasingly dated. They could have just said outdated.
Yeah.
Unreal Engine 4, the engine upgrade will be most noticeable when it comes to graphical fidelity and character modeling animation in particular. For what it's worth, it's not very surprising to see ShiftUp make the switch to Unreal Engine 5 now that it has run its course with Unreal Engine 4. But it is good to get soft confirmation that this is happening. Stellar Blade is available via PS5 and the PS5 only. If Stellar Blade 2 is in the works, it will certainly be a PS6 game. For more coverage on the series, click here. Well, how do you know? Well, I mean, we haven't even heard about the PS6 being in development. At least I haven't found anything. And if it is being developed, well, somebody please give me the link.
Oh, I'm sure they're in development somewhere along the line. They always want to have the newest and fanciest. Maybe it won't be even called PS6. Maybe it'll be called the PSU. I don't know.
Let's see. 2 cup sizes bigger. Yeah.
I don't mind that.
There were things
I don't
I
mind
like.
construction.
There are things I like about Stellar Blade, things I don't like. I don't like how, for the controls, how you have to be gentle in certain cases on the controls with the movement on the left analog stick, just so your character doesn't overrun a spot, or when you're jumping, land on a spot and you're unable to move back. And sometimes when you're going to block, you press the button and it wouldn't register the button being pressed, so you get your ass kicked. And you know what? If it was going to be uncensored from the start, they should have said to Sony, no, we're not going to put in this patch. But they looked at it this way. This is their first console game, and they didn't want to have it be their last.
Right. Get a little bit of clout, and then you can push them around.
Yeah. That's another guy I just can't watch.
I don't even know who that guy is. I never heard of Boogie.
You don't want to know. You don't want to know.
Okay, good.
You don't want to know.
I'm not all knowing. I don't know who this guy is.
Wait a minute. I thought you were all knowing. That's why you're on here.
I lied on my resume.
I thought you were an encyclopedia of knowledge, Baron.
Oh, I am, but even though encyclopedias have pages that are ripped out.
Baron, are you telling me you're the guy that went into the library, picked up an encyclopedia, and ripped out the pages?
No, I would never do that. No. Don't even joke about that. You know how I revere books? No. Nudie books, however, is a different matter.
But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much all the articles that we had for this edition of Pop Talk, a cashless edition of Pop Talk, mind you. I'm sure that makes Phil very happy.
Oh, yeah. And we survived. We were able to get through it.
Yeah, we did. So, Baron, is there anything that you want to promote? Anyone that you want to promote?
Well, of course, Chase has a show on Thursday. Hopefully we'll have some sort of gaming on Friday. Of course, your show on Wednesday.
I believe the game that we're going to be playing, we're going to be journeying to the final frontier, Baron. Only going where no one has gone before.
Doing a little STO. Oh, boy.
Yes.
Boy, am I going to be a goober in there, because it's like, okay, what did I do? Oh, I got my ass blasted.
Well, I think the plan that Cash had, and we can ask him about this, but I think the plan that he has is that we start off with brand new characters.
Oh, okay.
So we're all at the same level. Yeah. Instead of me coming in with my, level 65 or 66 Admiral and basically making the game even harder for everybody.
Coach Cash, you got it. Well, I'd be more than happy to start off with a new character. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we should regulate who's going to be what, too, and what faction are we going to be part of.
But if we're going to play together, we have to be part of the same faction.
That's what I mean. What faction are we going to be part of? That's what, I said we, all of us, Are we going to play Klingons? Are we going to play Jem'Hadar? Are we going to play Federation? Are we going to, play Ferengis? I wish we could.
You have no honor if you don't play as a Klingon.
Are Romulan? We could be Romulans.
Romulan.
Romulan? Yeah. I'm just saying.
Romulans.
Romulan. That means we got to get through
Romulans.
That means we got to get through the tutorial thing and all that before we do the game.
Yeah. I mean, I probably already have a low-level character I created that I can just select and...
Maybe I'll do that.
Here we go.
Yeah, before we do that, though, just got to know. I mean, I'm for doing Fed, the Federation, but I don't know what other people are wanting. I think I got a Klingon less low level. I mean, I just kind of started, but haven't done anything with.
Yeah, I have a Jem'Hadar that I had started years ago and haven't really done much. The Jem'Hadar.
I've never done a Jem'Hadar. Never done a Jem'Hadar. I don't know why.
You never made the founders proud.
Why would I make those gooey people happy? Yeah. They're gooey.
Barrett, you do know obedience is victory, and victory means life.
Wow. Okay.
You serve the founders in all things, Baron.
Oh, okay. All things. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, cool. Yes. Star Trek Online is a free-to-play.
Yep.
Now, they do have some extra add-ons that if you want them, you do have to pay money for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the overall experience is free-to-play. You can grind if you want to get some of the extras. And
kind of hard to do that nowadays. They've kind of put that system.
They butchered the original system. I mean, you and I talked about this, how you used to take dilithium and Zen, and you could, trade one for the other depending on how much dilithium you had. And
Right.
it is not propaganda, Anonymous. You truly are not a believer in the founders.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I haven't paid a cent on that game, and I got a lot of the great uniforms, and I got the interiors, like, for the original Enterprise, and the interiors for the Galaxy class, and some of the different bridges, and it's all from grinding.
But yeah, I like I said, and we'll confirm with Cash between now and Wednesday that we are going to be playing Star Trek Online. But that is what's planned on the Phantom Hooligans. Although it's getting close to Booligan season, Baron.
It is close to Booligan season, yes. Well, every day's Booligans with Cash, but that's beside the point.
And you know what movie I want to watch this Halloween season?
Ghostbusters.
No, it's a movie we thought about last year. We just never did it.
Young Frankenstein?
Yes.
Da, 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 da. If you want to go to, that's a great film. A great film. It is just no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Putting on the Ritz.
But anything else coming up for you?
Nah, not that I can think of off the top of my pointed little head.
All right. Let's see what Anonymous has to say. Perfect movie for a bunch of AB normals.
Abby somebody. Abby who? Abby normal?
Or abnormals. You know how he likes to spell his things. Instead of spelling out Anonymous, he likes to be clever about it. Oh, come on. Young Frankenstein is a good movie. I mean, if you want us to watch a horror movie as well in October, we can do that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a Fright Night, the original Dracula, the original Frankenstein, then Young Frankenstein. I mean, talk about, there's a double header right there.
Heck, we could check public domain and see what's in public domain and watch that.
Nosferatu.
Yeah. And the best part, won't get Dean for it.
Yeah, Russia will. Russia will ding us. Or India. Or somebody over there.
Anonymous. He'll ding us.
Ding, 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 ding.
But as far as what's coming up on Pacific414, there won't be much this week other than Wednesday's Pop Talk at 6 p.m. Eastern. And that's because I'm trying to get things finalized for the Transformers stream coming up on the 18th of this month. But next Sunday, I invite everybody to join us for a watch party of this.
I've done far worse than kill you. I've hurt you. And I wish to go on hurting you. I shall leave you as you left me, marooned for all eternity, buried alive. Buried alive. Sean!
But yes, that's what will be coming up next Sunday.
Is that a good movie?
Oh, Baron. Baron.
He said, "Today is a good day to die."
Don't ever bring out the Klingon side of me.
That's why I got Coach Cash up.
And yes, and if anybody wants to join the watch party, I will put the link out there in the chat so you can join us on the panel. Just make sure you're wearing headphones so we don't get any feedback of the movie. And
Yeah, last thing he is.
I mean, hearing Khan in stereo wouldn't be so bad.
Mm.
Khan! He tasked me. He tasked me. But yes, and as far as what else is coming up for next week on the channel, there's going to be an exclusive stream on the Rumble side next Tuesday. That'll start at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, and we'll be doing a live reaction to the presidential debate between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. And then, of course, there will be next Wednesday's Pop Talk, where at some point during the broadcast, we will pay tribute to those who have unfortunately lost their lives 25 years ago on 9/11, and those who are unfortunately losing their lives because of the after effects of 9/11. And then next Thursday, I plan on playing the remastered version of Lollipop Chainsaw, which is titled Lollipop Chainsaw Repop. Now, I did do one stream of the original game, last year, but this will be a full stream of Repop, so I can compare it to, what the original game was like, as opposed to what the newer version of the game is like. And I'll be honest, I'm hoping they kept as much of the original game intact and didn't decide to gut out the stuff that made the game what it is, because it's not supposed to be taken seriously. It pokes fun at the horror genre, the Dawn of the Dead, movies like that. So that's what will be coming up. And as far as Metroid Prime Remastered, I think I'm going to just try to finish it offline and record videos and upload them. Of course, just got to find the time to actually do that. But that's what I'm thinking. I could change my mind, and the following week there could be a Metroid Prime Remastered stream. But I want to say thank you to each and every one of you who stopped by, whether you stopped by on Rumble or YouTube, whether you're watching on Baron Orman Tag's Phantom Legacy or Pacific414. Thank you all very much for stopping by. And I'm going to start with the Rumble side first.
Oh, Rumble.
And we had Foss Zimsky, who was on the Rumble side and also followed the channel. So thank you very much. And then over on the YouTube side, and this includes both channels, Baron Orman Tag's Phantom Legacy and Pacific414. I want to thank DJ Ronnie G for stopping by.
Nerd.
Also want to thank Phil McCracken for stopping by.
Troll.
Andy Masterson, Master Craftsman. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by.
Great guy.
Yes. Jason Fox of 540 Studios. Thank you, Jason, for stopping by. Big Rebel Moon fan. Hey, it meets expectations. That's all that matters. Balinese Minion, good to see you. I hope you and Simi stay safe on the roads. Clifton 3D, thank you very much, Clifton. And Anonymous. Anonymous. The Padawan Wannabe. And I also want to thank Big Daddy T-Gap. That's right, Big Daddy T-Gap. And, there's another reason I have to thank him, too. Because Big Daddy T-Gap gifted 5 memberships to 5 lucky folk out there. Am I ever going to stop doing this voice for T-Gap Steve? No.
Never.
No. And again, I don't know how this keeps happening, but T-Gap Steve gifted himself his own membership.
Yep, he's good at that.
Yeah. And then Clifton 3D got a membership. Upon Miss Minion. Anonymous. Do, 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 do. Anonymous. Do, do,
Do,
do.
do, do, do.
And the lovely Leia Rose.
Aw.
So, welcome all Stealth as optional members. And as I said in the beginning, you all have access to any videos that I upload. This doesn't include shorts, but any videos that I upload, you have access to those videos for 7 days before they go out to the public. You can also join our member streams, which happen in the middle of the month, typically on a Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And on the final Sunday of the month, you can join us here on Pacific414 Pop Talk to discuss the articles that we picked for that day.
You also get the gold key to the special bathroom in back. It has the good toilet paper.
No.
What?
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
What?
Oh, Baron. And you're wrong. No, I'm Mike. I'm right. Rule number 1, Mike is always right. Rule number 2, when Mike is wrong, see rule number 1.
He's wrong.
Whatever. And of course, Pop Culture Mechanic. Good to see you, Pop. Always good to see you, brother. And the long suffering was here. I'm glad you're feeling well. Glad you're out of the hospital. And you're putting Baron to work.
Yeah. She decided to let me have a break and work here. So.
And you, Jay, welcome to the channel. Hope you liked what you saw. And I hope you're having a good morning wherever you are. And let me see. Let's see. Just looking for... debate if it actually happens. Yeah, that is something that I am keeping an eye on Anonymous.
Mm-hmm.
As to whether one or both end up backing out.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you for that. You take care as well, Clifton. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, have a good one, Clifton.
Let me just make sure that I got everybody. I don't want to leave anyone behind.
Well, we left Cash Money behind, but that's Cash, so it doesn't matter.
It's Cash. He doesn't count.
No.
Cash is going to listen to this. I need to talk to you, goobers.
Yeah. He's going to come back. I've got a discussion about the bear and barricade. And, maybe my perspective was all wrong.
Okay. All right. Just making sure. Yeah. Because I knew I acknowledged Andy Masterson. Okay. I got everybody.
Yep, you did. Mm-hmm.
All right. So this concludes this edition of Pacific414 Pop Talk. Thank you all once again for tuning in and watching. Be sure to hit that like button on both Paranorman Tags Fandom Legacy, Pacific414 on YouTube, Pacific414 on Rumble. And if you liked it enough, consider sharing it out. And until next time, remember my motto. Don't ever give up on me in a game, because just when you do, you might miss something.
Autobots, transform and roll out.
Pop Talk is where it's at, baby.
That it is, folks. Oh, here comes Cash now. Typical. Always late. Always late. Next time, the part of Cash Money will be played by Anna Moss.
No, I thought it was going to be played by Jay.